Bam! All right. Hello, everybody. And we have Pat, Andy, and Julio. Yeah, baby. And Julio.
Here we go.
and Echo.
Took a
Yeah,
second.
I'm surprised it mine hasn't refreshed yet.
Had to turn the sound off. Pops on. Quick.
Yeah.
It hasn't. It hasn't. Okay, mine just refreshed. How about you, Julio?
Okay, there it is.
All right. In the side
That
so
was a
far,
good
we have.
delay.
Yeah. In the side
And
so
you know
far, we
what?
have.
I didn't get no notification that you're on.
Oh,
Once in a
well.
while, I get the little pop-up thing. I didn't get nothing.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. In the side chat, we have Lakeview Outdoors. Bisley Blackhawk is here. Uncle John. Trees of Blowing is here. Crazy Scotsman. Chris33H. James Pollard. Okay, think we got it up. Gary Boyer. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. First off, Pat told me a long time ago. My TV started going out. The LEDs.
Mm,
Right. And so I'm thinking, hey, I'll take it apart and replace the LEDs. And I talked to Pat about it. He's like, I've been there. That's it. Go buy a TV. So
yeah,
today,
mine is a LCD, and it's
oh,
about 13 or 14 years old.
yeah,
And lately, once in a while, you get just a black screen. You have the connection input in it, but you have to turn it off and then turn it back on, and now the input connection shows up. It's been
uh,
All
doing
right.
that a few times lately, but it
So
lasts for a long time.
if you pull the back off of it and you go find where the power supply is, it should come right off where the power cord's at. The little capacitors there, the oil filled capacitors, will be swelled. And if you want to solder on some new capacitors to your power supply, that'll be fine. But go get a new TV.
Yeah, yeah, I might as well. Yep.
well, I found this out because this morning we took it apart just to process it so it fits in the garbage because it's a 70-inch, right? And so I start taking it apart, and it's got a billion screws, front and back. And if people do it, but if you're replacing the LEDs, you have to oh my gosh. And then to get it all snapped together without being all ugly looking again, oh
Yeah,
forget it. So we
yeah.
took
It's just like Pat says, get a new TV. That's what I would do. One mine's go, that's it. I'll get another one.
yeah,
Hey, for
we
13 years old, it did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The LED ones are super simple. There's nothing to it except for a
Yeah.
bunch of screws. So, Pat, you were right. Pony 47 is here. You were right. Once I got the back half, I'm like, oh, that's not so bad. And then getting to the LEDs, forget it. That was the last thing to get at.
And plus, they sell them cheaper today too. When I got mine, I paid $1,000 for it.
Yeah, they
Now
are
you
cheap.
even get a big 70-inch for way less than that.
Yeah, we got a bigger one for much cheaper. So, yeah. MCK is here. Andre D'Angelo is here. Who am I missing?
Pony's on here.
Yep.
James Pollard
Yep.
and Mark.
Anyway, yeah, if you're thinking about it, if you like a hobby, go for it. They're super simple. Ours had like strips down one side, strips down the other, so they didn't go
Yeah.
all the way across. And a garage guy is here. So yeah, if you got nothing to do with your life, yeah, and you got a day or so,
Yeah.
that thing had so many tiny little screws, but a lot of the parts came in handy. We could make stuff
Yeah.
out of it. So. Yeah, my son's already got the switches and some of the whatever they are. Yeah, and it has a nice. It had nice sheets of plastic inside. The white stuff. One's real thick, good for a desktop or to roll your desk chair on.
Mm.
Anyway, garbage man didn't come. Oh, he decided to take a day off during Thanksgiving, did he?
Mm. There goes Tin Man.
You-
Tin Man says, "Short chat my ass."
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's got to be short though. I'm saving for Christmas. I thought I had extra Saturday before it. I start on the 3rd now instead of the 6th. So I don't know. Short chat.
So they put your minutes back on 3rd. You
For
said?
some reason, I'm on the 3rd now instead of the 6th, and maybe part of
Oh,
that's
okay.
I don't know why they did that, but
Yeah.
I think I have another week before December, and I want all of December, so we'll see. So Julio just got over he's just getting over the flu.
Mm.
So watch out for that, people. It's actually the flu, not COVID, the
Yep.
flu.
Yeah.
And the rest.
Because now whoever has it, that's all they're saying. I got the flu. I got the flu. You know, it's like, what?
Yeah.
COVID disappeared.
The other 2 guys on here look pretty healthy, so
Yeah,
far.
I've had a cold for 2 weeks.
Oh, got a cold, yeah.
Yeah, the wife gave it to me, so it's like that's why I'm coughing.
Yeah. Well, at least you can't say she didn't give you anything.
Yeah.
Jerry's back home, and I was wondering why we're getting snow. It wasn't supposed to snow till Monday. Well, Jerry came home today, so he got the snow. It looks like it's just going around us, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe just him and Lakeview. Is it snowing up there, Lakeview? Jerry's home. Watch out. Uncle John, I forgot to ask how your dinner was. Oh, well, you can text me pictures. Yeah, cheers. Eggnog early. Uh-oh. Myers rum. Ooh, that's strong. Oh, ooh. Vanessa Kitty is here. Hey, Vanessa.
Yeah, that's how my sister-in-law makes it. You taste more of the rum than you do the coconut. He said, well, you might just drink it out of the bottle.
Oh, Pat was just Pat in his retired life is cleaning in the garage, and guess what he found?
Oh, hell. I didn't show you what I just picked up. Oh. On top of the 2000 primers, we've got Amaxes, more Amaxes. That's another 100 of them. And then we got big box of Nozzlers.
And this
Nice.
is stuff. This is stuff he didn't know he had till he started cleaning in the garage.
Yeah.
It's kind of your reward, you know.
2,000 primers. I got probably 5 AR-10 receivers and 3 AR-15s.
Oh, wow.
He's finding gold.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go clean his garage.
There we go. 300 blackout processed brass.
Wow.
500.
Wow.
But yeah, all sorts of fun.
Yeah, it makes it worth it, doesn't it? The
So-
gift that keeps on giving.
You hear Montana is going after you two.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
after you too?
Yeah, they got the AG, whatever they call, I don't know, all these initials they call everybody. They've
Yeah.
written a formal document now that they're going to proceed with something in the state about YouTube discriminating against 2A channels,
Uh,
pulling the videos down and all that stuff. Interesting.
I think Musk has a little bit to do with it because it's becoming popular to do such a thing. Papa's Place is here. Yep. Little too late though. They'll never get my channel back. So maybe I can sue them after. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh, so anyone else find something good in their house?
Find something good. If you want to talk about having a plumber here most of the day yesterday, yeah.
I bet he.
Freaking the drains in the house have been getting slower and slower and slower. So
Mm.
they rotor-rooted inside pipes, not outside, inside pipes. The kitchen back all the way. The kitchen's the longest one, so it's like 40 feet of PVC across
Mm.
the basement ceiling, then down into the main drain 3 feet down. Okay, so they rotor-rooted that. The crap that came out of there was, you couldn't believe it. And it wasn't garbage, it wasn't hair, it was sludge.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah. And then they had to do the one bathroom, which is only a few feet. Okay. And then they had this. I was going to replace the drain and stuff in the kitchen. That's how this all started. I was taking the trap out and gonna go put my snake down, and I opened that up, and it just crumbled in my hands.
Me and Pat laughed when you said you're putting your snake down.
Oh yeah. At least it went down.
Yeah.
It didn't go up the upside down Y into the roof.
So it.
It would have been funny if it was a bunch of tumbling pins. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. And well, again, it wasn't. It's only the line from the kitchen to the main drain in the basement. Okay, and then from the one bathroom comes across to that same pipe and goes to the main drain through that same pipe. So it's roughly 30. Let's call it 30 feet of pipe. Okay. It took the guy about an hour and a half. He put it through 2 or 3 times, making sure he got it, flushed out good and whatnot. $650.
Oh shit!
Oh, I should get back into plumbing.
I said I'm in the wrong business. Definitely. I mean, you got to understand there is no physical parts being used. It's just a machine that's 50 years old that he's using.
Right.
And it's like, are you kidding me? So then we had this one company that's involved with a couple other companies. They're all partners together, plumbing, drain cleaning, and septic tank system stuff. And, so I used the one company, make life easier. And the plumber came to put the new basket in the sink, the new metal downspout so you could hook the dishwasher up, and then the trap. I don't even want to tell you how much that cost. $550.
Wow.
I said, it's not even $100 worth of parts.
Yeah.
Okay. So when all was said and done, I called 1 or 2 other people. Okay. A small plumbing guy, and then another big company like that one. The small guy wanted more money.
Damn.
It's like, are you kidding me? Well, I mean, we're in the house 25 years, and we haven't done anything. So, and there, the guy suggested I get my septic tank pumped. He said, he says 25 years is about the limit where you're going to start having problems with it. He says,
Yeah, that's a big chunk of change there.
no, he said it's about $1,200.
Wow,
still
they
bad.
only charged they charged me like $350
Shit.
because
Well,
I didn't know how long it's been used, so I dug it up and it's a couple feet under the ground to get to the caps. And he drained it out and said, "I'll see you in 10 years or whatever." Another,
Yeah.
what, but I swear it wasn't that much. It was pretty cheap, but he was right next to it. He could suck it up from the truck.
yeah, well, the same thing. My tank is about 25 feet from the road.
Huh?
Okay, so it's you park in front of my house at the curb and pull the hose out 25 feet, you're in.
Wow.
And my cap is about 3 inches under the ground.
Yeah, mine's low for frost, and then I buried it even more after because I got a tractor. But
it's like, are you kidding? He says you gotta get it done. They're gonna suck it out, and they're gonna drill into they're gonna they push rods into the ground to break it apart, and air pump into it or something, aerate it in there, and put chemicals down it and all that stuff. So.
This guy just sucked mine out, and that was it. Well, he washed it. I gave him a garden hose. He washed it, sucked it some more, and it's got 2 caps. I forget how big it is. It's pretty big, but just a cement block.
Well, I have 2 tanks. I have I have the primary tank where all crap goes into, and then the secondary water tank. And he's just saying you want to make sure you get the primary tank clean because that stuff starts flowing into the secondary tank. That's when you have trouble. So.
Okay, William Kingley. No, let's see. I gotta find out where I was here. I gotta go up.
To answer William, no, the broken off 2-inch piece of snake is wrapped around the bottom of the sink basket. So I'll get to that when I get home.
Okay, and then we had a few more people pop in here. Let's see. Fuzzy is here. Broke Loader is here. AR Guns is here. And Mark Thomas. Who did I miss? Hope I didn't miss anybody. Garage Guy. Found a nice Smith & Wesson at a shop. 44 special. Yes, it's unusual. That's very cool.
So my adventures tomorrow is I'm melting down. I don't know, about 1,000 9mm bullets that I casted a while ago. They're the Lee, the 356, whatever. Yeah, 356, 124, truncated cone, Lube Groove. I'm loading bullets, and it's like 2, 3, 4. Go find the 5th one. When I put it on top of the case, and I just go to seat it, it just falls into the case.
What?
Yeah, I'm going crazy. So I stopped, and I started measuring bullets. And this is very strange. So I have the top band on the top of the bullet and the bottom band on the bottom of the bullet measure 356.5, which is fine. The center bands that are the Lube Grooves are measuring 354.5, 355. So there's nothing holding the bullet in but the two things. I'm going, how is this happening? And and then I would measure. Some are good, some are reading 356. So the only thing I can think of is when I first started playing with that bullet, I was using, because I had so much of it, I was testing out just loading straight 6337 solder, which is high 10. Okay, so the bullet weighs 122 grains instead of 124. And the only other thing I can think of that it has more shrinkage when it cools because of the amount of tin that's in it.
Yeah, try it with
Wow,
lead.
that's strange.
That's the only thing I can think of because I took a bunch of the bullets to work. Okay. I measured some that were the good size and some that were the bad size. And it's to see what the lead content is. And every bad one was 6337 was the measurement. And all the good ones are measuring like 4% tin instead of 63% tin. So it's the only thing I can think of is the amount of tin in it. So I got to melt it all down into ingots, bring the ingots to work and test them and mark them. And I got to start recasting those over. I'm going to do some zinc tomorrow, the 180 grain. I don't bear with the numbers. Lee 309, 180, whatever. Okay, that's my favorite bullet for the blackout and stuff in zinc. It's 130 grains, and that thing shoots lights out for me with my 06 and the 300 blackout. I got to cast a bunch more of those up. I got to send some more of those out to James Pollard. And I got a new mold to cast, which I've had it a while already, just haven't cast it. For 223, I have a NOE mold, and I think it's 64 grain slick side for the 223. And it's a longer bullet, so it might stabilize better. And it's slick sided, so no lube groove. And they come out at right around 40 grains in zinc instead of 33. So I think I might improve accuracy a little bit more. And I got to cast them up and send a bunch of them out to James Pollard. And then, of course, I got to cast some lead, the 9mm that I have to replace. I can only cast some. And I got to melt down, I don't know how many pounds of lead, okay, bullets, that is 15 pounds. I got to remelt that down and clean it out, get all the powder coat off and pour it into ingots and find out what the hell the content is. At least I got that machine at work. It's nice. You just put it in there and you pick the metals you want it to look for. And it goes back and tells you what's in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only a $50,000 machine, so it's like,
Yeah, I have that 9 bullet, and I never noticed a problem like that. So.
I hear about that.
First I was thinking it was maybe the brass, but it's all sized, so it really should. Well, even if it's thicker brass, it's sized already, so it should be tight.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I started blaming the M die. Okay, and I went to just the Lee Universal flare, and it seemed to be a little bit better. So I thought, oh, maybe that's the problem. Boop, and then all of a sudden there were 3 bullets in a row that fell into the case.
And that would be bad if you're shooting a bullet setback. Bad.
Oh yeah. Well, I test I push it against the bench. That's my crimp setting to make sure it doesn't move. And so if it falls in a case, something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not like it either it was good, or when you see that the bullet goes down past the flat on the top,
Yeah, you have hourglass bullets.
Yeah. So it's the only thing I can think of. So, and because I have the same mold, but the round nose. Now, all those are just cast in wheel weights, and I don't have a problem with any of them.
Yeah, why were you doing pure tin anyway? That's expensive.
I was testing it. No, it's not pure tin. It's 6337 solder. I get it for free from work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So, when you're sitting on 500 pounds of that stuff, you're using a half a pound. You're using a half a pound in a 20-pound pot to sit out with the tin.
Yeah.
They say, okay, now what do I do with this stuff? So I say, let me see how it shoots.
Oh, that's awesome to get that much.
I get, in the beginning, the company they were dealing with would take the scrap but not pay them for it. So it didn't matter. Okay, now the company that we're dealing with, they make the lead bars. They buy back the old lead. They're paying them for the scrap solder, which is 6337, which when we scrap it, it's about 59, 58, whatever the numbers come out to, 60, 58, 59. So the tin content's lower. And they paying us $9 a pound for the scrap that they have to refine again. And so, so I mean, I can't take as much. I take what it is. Like every day I test the solder pots that we use at work. At the pots hold 300 pounds of lead. Okay, wow. So every day before they start the day, they take like a teaspoon from each pot, and they mark it on a piece of paper which pot it is, and they bring them out and we test it. And I get to keep those chips, so I'm getting a pound a day in chips, and that's all you need to add to your solder. You have 2-3 of those in a 20-pound pot, and you're all set. Cool. So that's what I sent up to a few times now. I sent up to CW because he's the guy that's really always mixing. Most people just throw wheel weights in and they're done with it.
Yeah.
He's always.
I mix. I got plenty of wheel weights, but I got a lot of hard stuff. So I gotta get me a big block of that soft lead, that pig lead. Like that could be able to mix the hard stuff and add some tin to it, so use it.
Or find some roofing or something around there. Do you have a scrap?
I got it from got that from Kevin. It's real hard. I believe it's he said it's harder than the monotype. That's how hard that stuff is.
Wow. What's it called?
He says that it's harder than the monotype. He has monotype.
What type of lead is? What are they calling it?
Doesn't know. He got it from some place, and he cleaned it up and made ingots out of it.
Yeah,
real hard stuff.
I tell you. I mean, you have a lead hardness tested, don't you?
I use the actual pencils.
Okay.
And I think the biggest one, the highest one is 22, I think it is, and it still doesn't do nothing to it. It's pretty hard. Okay. I think it's the same batch that we got last time we went to Kevin's house.
Well, Kevin's was monotype. Kevin gave me linotype and monotype.
Right, and that's what I had, the monotype, but that he found it was pretty hard. It was harder, he said. But he came up with, maybe it was a little harder.
Yeah, I mean, I only use that. And you know what? I'm not even using that anymore because I have gone pretty much, subsonic levels on all my plinking stuff. Like I said, I'm going out there with my 30-06 with, 11 between 11 and 12 grains of powder.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing's coming out maybe 1,800, 1,900 feet per second.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm shooting zinc now, so I don't even care about the lead.
Okay.
I only use the lead in my 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
Only because the zinc is, I shoot the zinc in the 9mm also, but it's physically a large bullet. It's 147 grain bullet, but it only weighs 90 grains. So it shoots fine. And again, I'm shooting them. I don't know, maybe 1,200 feet per second. That's all.
Uh-huh.
But the barrel on that rifle is clean as a whistle.
That's good.
Okay, we have Hobby's Hobo is here. The Amazing M&G is here from Jamaica Mountain. And we have the Scotsman here. Sorry, Scotsman.
That's all good. What's up, guys? What's going on?
Here's to you, Scotsman.
Well, how you doing, Scotsman?
How you doing,
Scott? Okay, fellas. Doing okay.
That's good.
I thought he was drinking a soda pop for a minute there. The colorful label. What's on the label on that one?
This one is on Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay.
So German lager.
Great Lake.
Yeah.
So it was last night. I was on Jamie's chat for maybe 5 minutes because I don't hang out there, and they just happened to be talking about zinc when I was listening. The answer to your question about casting zinc in aluminum mold is it a problem? Yes and no. Okay. No, if you're running you got to run your zinc at like 900 degrees. Okay. You got to have your mold at super hot before you even start, and you got to use a torch and heat up that sprue plate.
Or you'll oblong the mold.
Well, that's it. Now, you don't want to use anything more than the 2-cavity mold, okay, because the more cavities you have to break open, the harder it is.
Yeah, you're beating it from the sides and you're just making it wider and wider.
Right. So the recommendation that I tell anybody, and because I'm on a few other websites where I actually have a zinc forum going, and I tell them use any 2-cavity mold. If you can use steel, it's better. With a steel mold, I'll tell you, use both cavities. Okay. Also, very hot. Don't cast at 825 degrees. You got to bring that stuff up to 875, 880, the zinc, and you got to have your mold super, super hot to start with. Okay. You're not going to get a wrinkled bullet, so you don't care how hot the mold is. Okay. And you watch the top of the mold. The moment you see the zinc is going to crystallize twice, is the best way to say it. You look at it, you'll see it crystallize. The moment you see it crystallize, get ready, start hitting it, because the second crystallization happens right after, and you'll open them up just like lead. If you wait longer than that, you start hitting it.
It's a rock.
Okay,
Yeah.
it becomes harder and harder.
Yeah.
Okay, and that goes the same with steel or aluminum. Okay, and people say the aluminum molds can't take that kind of heat. Sure, they can. Okay, it's not the heat that's killing the mold. It's when you try to open the sprue plate and you're whacking the hell out of it. That's when the heat will affect the mold, because the aluminum becomes a little bit softer because of the heat. And if you're whacking the hell out of it, you're going to oblong the base of the bullet. So you got to do it quick. Okay, and it's experiment. Just play with it. You'll get it. But really hot. I mean, I went out and bought. I was having trouble with my torches on my annealing machines. They buy those $12 ones, the brass ones. I have 3 of them. They don't work. I don't get it. Okay, there's almost no pressure out of them, whether I put it on a 2-pound bottle or a 1-pound bottle. There's no, like they used to be. You used to put it on there, thing would be like a blowtorch. You'd have to lower it. Not anymore. They've changed. They've had to change the pressure valve inside of it. They had to. So I went out and bought these Bernzomatic big torches. Okay, they're $49 each or $54 each. And this thing is like using a blowtorch when you light it. It's like, holy moly. So I hooked it up to my ugly annealer, and where I used to run my 3006 brass at, I'm going to say 35 RPMs or whatever that you want to call that timing number. I was running it at 72. You know how fast I was annealing with this new torch head? Crazy. Wow. Crazy. So now I decided to buy a second one of those heads for my casting bench, because those little torch heads, you sit there trying to heat up your sprue plate forever. This thing will heat it up in seconds. So just something I've dealt with and found out. And but again, the zinc, not an issue in the aluminum. As long put that mold on a hot plate, turn the hot plate up 3/4 of the way and let it sit while the pot heats up. Okay.
Mm.
And then before you cast, hit that sprue plate really good. Make it glow a little bit, and you'll be casting without any issues.
Okay, we got old one guys here, and Jamie showed up right when you were talking about the zinc.
Well, I just wanted to pass the information out because it was brought up. It's in all my zinc videos are on Rumble. Okay, so I mean the information's there. Okay, I've gone over it before. So that's about all I got to say for tonight. Now I can keep quiet.
Well, maybe if there was like a torch on it when you pull it out and hit the sprue to keep it hot, so it doesn't start crystallizing so fast.
Well,
Now,
again,
now
you
you,
get the. Go ahead. Go
now
ahead.
you mentioned that you heat up your sprue plate so it's a little red
Well,
by
you know,
you
it's
pounding on it. And it
no.
when it
I'm only
cools off,
hitting.
it doesn't look or anything.
No, it's. I don't want to. Don't want to say it's glowing red. Okay, I'm heating that sprue plate up really hot. Okay,
Okay.
and okay because as you cast, it'll settle at a temperature, and depending on how fast you're casting. And once it settles at the temperature you're casting a zinc at, it'll open fairly easy. I have videos of it showing you how easy it opens. Okay, you just have to start with it really hot. The mold and it will cool down to the temperature you're working at. Okay, so I mean, aluminum is like 1600 degrees before it even starts to melt. That's where it starts. So
Oh wow.
so you're at 900 degrees. You're not you're halfway there. You're not melting aluminum.
Oh, Pat's got his glasses on. Look at it. Oh, there we go.
And people were talking about ladle pouring. Again, you really need that.
Oof, gotta go fast.
You need that pot that you're melting that zinc in really hot. Okay, you want to be in that 900 degree temperature range. You want your ladle sitting in it, and you got to use that Lyman, the side pour one, bottom pour, whatever they call it, that ladle.
Yeah.
And you got to force pour it, and as you pour it in, you want to be tapping the mold on the top of like your desk or whatever. Okay. Otherwise, you'll get rounded bases.
Okay.
Okay, so you can ladle pour because I started that way too. Okay,
Gotta go fast.
ladle pouring, and because I have an electric pot, it holds 2 pounds of zinc, and it'll melt it, and it'll get it to about 850 degrees. That's about as hot as it'll get. Okay, and I was ladle pouring, and in the beginning, and working with Willie with it because I sent him one of those little pots as well at one point, which I believe he sent to James Pollard at one point. So James got to experience it as well. But you need to force pour it and tap it on the bench top as you're pouring. So it'll level the base. Otherwise, you get rounded bases.
Now, is that just in a Lee mold or is that in steel molds as well?
Any mold. Either mold. It's just that the base doesn't form properly for some reason. But when you're using a bottom pour pot, I really don't have that problem. When the temperature's hot, if your temperature drops below 850, you get rounded bases if you don't tap the mold. So I kept increasing the temperature, and I said, I'm at full 900 degrees. The pot doesn't get any. The pot will go to 930, and I'm just got the PID control set at 900, and it fluctuates between like 885 and 900.
Okay.
Okay, Jerry 1911 wants to say hi to everybody. And Jerry, the snow is missing me, so it's just hovering over you now that you're home.
Oh, you're not getting snow?
We weren't supposed to get snowed on Monday, but Jerry came home, and it always snows and rains when he comes home, so he's getting it. But we were supposed to get it. It was on my phone, and then it missed us. So it's gone. It'll be back Monday, though. Get about 4 inches or 5, maybe. I was going to use the TV to do a Jamaican bobsled run, but guess not. Yeah, the inner shell of the TV, we were thinking of all kinds of things to do with it.
If you're gonna do a bobsled video, you better use the film I'm thinking of, and you better make sure there's a couple scenes that you take out of that and make it yours. I think you know what I'm talking about.
All right, Christmas,
Oh
Lampoons.
no,
I did that one.
the Jamaican bobsled movie, man. Well, it's an
Oh yeah,
excellent movie.
yeah.
Cool running.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I'm going to break a hip or something. I don't know. I've flipped more times doing those videos than ever. I mean, completely flipped and rolled. You see my feet in the air in some of them. You know, I have the camera on my chest. You see my feet in the sky doing this. And I'm like, oh. I don't know if I can take that anymore. You're pushing your chances. You're playing the dice too much.
Do it in a wheelchair. That way you'll save the trouble.
like Tin Man says, broken hips will heal.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, quit being a pussy.
6-shooter Texans here. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing that this year. Unless I cheat.
I could probably do it at Daniels if we got enough snow. I don't have anywhere out here I could do it, but I could probably do it at Daniels.
Yeah, my problem is Devil's Corner. If you don't take it fast, you're going to slow down. If you do take it fast, you're messing with danger.
I'm sure I'll break a hip too. I haven't done it a whole lot. I'm sure I'll break something.
I just need a better sled. Yeah, you tell them, Uncle John. Yeah, you don't heal as fast.
Motherfucker.
No, it takes forever to heal.
What was that, Pat? Sounds like drama.
Oh, I was picking up a turret press, and the handle came down and pinched my finger a little bit.
Oh, oops. Ouch. Hey, you found 2,000 primers, so you should be happy.
Not only that, RCBS universal hand primer with about 100 primers in it too just now.
Nice. All right. It's adding up.
And I got a Herder's turret press to mount up.
There you go.
All right. Is it all complete?
Yeah,
Cool.
and slick.
Very good. You're finding all kinds of gold. I think you knew which corner to start. Cleaning the garage in. You didn't do the wife's side of the garage first.
Oh, Jesus. That's why I'm going to say, if you need a wheelchair, or one of them senior citizen potty chairs to do your run in. Got one of those sitting over there.
No.
Well, isn't everything electric now? We should just all pitch in and get him an electric chair. You know, he can recharge it when there's no power to charge it.
Yeah. All right. So what else is going on?
I got a question. People using what's that powder now? Tight Group. You find that it meters okay?
Yeah.
Depending what you run it
Yeah.
through, yes.
I got 5 different powder measures and none of them measure it right.
Really?
Running it through my Dylan, it measures perfectly every time.
Yeah. Dylan Lyman.
I did my Hornet one,
Yeah.
aggressive, and it was good.
Yeah. The
I
Lyman.
can't throw a consistent charge. We'll start off with, we'll go start with the Lee. I have the Lee disc one. Okay. And it drops 3.7, 3.8, 3.6, 3.7. What are you kidding me? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I have the Lee auto, the regular one that goes on, the automatic one. And that drops all over the place. I have the cheap Lee desk mount one, throws it all over the place. I have the expensive Lee one, throws it all over the place.
Wow.
I have the Frankfurt Arsenal, which is like the RCBS or whatever, okay, just like that. It throws it all over the place. Okay. I have the Lyman, the All American 8 version, whatever that newer one is. It won't throw.
Yeah.
Lyman Brassmith?
Yep, it won't throw constant shots with it. I'm
Oh,
pulling my hair out.
Okay, mine does. If it's fine like that, mine throws it great. Just change your method. Give it a tap at the bottom.
Oh, I tried double tapping, triple tapping, 10 tapping. It don't matter.
Wow.
I'll tell you, the Frankfurt Arsenal one is more for rifle powders. It's really not that good on pistol powders.
I only have 2 powders I have trouble with. That powder and my Winchester Super Handicap is also, they call it a ball powder, but it's a fine flake. It's like a compressed ball, whatever. It won't. I have none of them will throw that accurately either.
I don't have any problems with my lineman either, so I'm not sure what's going on with yours.
I took it apart. I cleaned it. I cleaned it good. White graphite and everything, and what I forget. It adjusted. It'll show 3.8, 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, 3.8, 3.6, 3.8. It's just ridiculous. And I can double tap on the down and double tap on the up. Same consistency. It's the only powder I have trouble with.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. It throws really good for me. It's easy, like 231.
231 throws fine.
Yeah, Tommy Boy says it works perfect in 4 measures. Jag is here also. He says his disc works fine with it. Maybe Tommy Boy says maybe your scale.
I have multiple scales, and they all, believe me, I test them. I have from the cheap $10 scales to $200 scales that they were going to throw out at work because they were old, and they were calibrated every 6 months. So, everything I got reads wrong. It doesn't read wrong. It reads what it reads. They all read the same. I have the RCBS, the 1,000 something scale, the expensive one, the beam scale. Same thing. It reads off. It doesn't read if I drop 3.8, it reads 3.8 on all the scales.
Weird.
So I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
I have clean shot from Shooter's World drops fine. Power pistol drops fine. Everything I have unique drops fine. Bullseye drops fine. And I even have the old RCBS little dandy. I can't get it to drop that powder either.
Preacher's throwing hammers.
Got you, preacher. Yeah, that's weird because that's an easy powder for me to throw.
That's what
Yeah,
I do.
I have no issue in the Lyman, the Dillon. I don't have a Lee one anymore. But like I said, the Frankfurt Arsenal is more for rifle, really. It's not really designed for pistol powders.
Yeah, I would think the cheap Lee one would leak, maybe.
Nope.
Uh,
None of my Lee powder measures ever leaked unless I didn't have the screw tight enough or something.
okay.
I mean, I have on the disc version, I have the different discs. I have discs that I put screws in so I can adjust how much, make it less of a charge in that thing. I have the adjustable metering block that goes in that thing as well. Nothing, it won't throw the right powder.
Yeah.
Hobbies brings up a good point. Maybe you've just loaded too much. You've wore them all out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do load a lot, but I mean,
Jag says you can 3D print those discs. That's cool.
yeah, you can buy them, but I have. When I bought the powder measure, I bought a second set of discs so you could double stack them for rifle. And then a few weeks later, I was buying some stuff, and they had the double disc kits on sale for half the price. I bought another set of discs. So I bring them to the machine shop, and if I need a little more powder, I use the drill. We have drills that go up in 1,000th increments. So I just bring it to the next size and go home and test it and that kind of thing. So this powder won't drop. I don't get it. I don't know.
What's up, preacher?
How are y'all?
Laser Man is here.
And it's new. It's new powder, brand new container.
The Laser Bumpfire Kid is here.
I've
You
always
said
wanted
last
one of them.
week, I hope Scotsman can be on. I'd love to have him on. Here I am, brother. It's good to see you.
Jim, I had to come on for one reason, and it's not the laser. There's new information in the DB Cooper case.
No.
They've located the guy. New information has been recovered.
No.
I just watched a video. It's like 2 weeks old.
No, if it's 2 weeks old, I would have seen it. And they didn't locate the guy. You mean he drilled in the ground, didn't pull the chute?
No. They didn't locate him. They know who he is. They know his real name.
Oh, you're talking from the titanium on the tie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the first sketch. Yeah. But he has blonde hair. And there's only one picture. Yeah.
But how do you explain the titanium and the tie and
Well,
the salts?
There's a lot of different things because now it's getting complicated, but what's his name? K was the one that did the samples on the tie and found out the titanium and everything. He also said it's not like how they were. They just had CooperCon or whatever. It's not like what people think. So it's not. How do I put this?
It's not as cut and dried as they say it is.
Yes, first it's raw, so it's not an airplane, facility because you got to mix titanium. It's too soft on its own. Blah blah blah. But anyway, yeah, that guy, that was a good find. But Ellis, whatever his name is, who did that, Ellis, whoever did that little spiel on there, he always jumps to a conclusion, says, "Yep, I found him," and yep, it was this guy, and yep, Tina Barr. So yeah, just sit back a while and see what happens with that. So I thought
That's popping out, man.
someone found him drilled in the ground. Yeah, well, we also had Tectonics in, I think that's the name of the company. It's in Southern Washington, and they have pictures like of like your school book pictures of everyone that worked there, and they were the ones doing all the because also on the tie was stuff that's inside of bulbs, like your TVs used to have the dust.
Yeah, he was
That's
saying
how
the guy. He was saying this guy, which his name was Vince Peterson, I think,
yeah.
lived outside of Pittsburgh
I
and
know.
worked
What's okay? Why is a guy from Pittsburgh jumping on the Northwest?
because he. I'll tell you why. Because he was an engineer who worked with alloys, metal alloys,
Yes.
in relation to Boeing, and the supervisor that he interviewed said this guy had ties with Boeing and would fly out there regularly for work.
Yes, but here's the thing. His son said that he never knew of him parachuting ever. And one thing you don't do is start your first parachute trip jumping out of 747 at night in freezing weather. Okay. That guy is someone that's been there, done that, doesn't care where he lands because he's done it a million times in Vietnam.
They
So
said he was a merchant marine in World War II.
yeah, but his son doesn't recall him ever parachuting. And when they train, they just get by enough to, like some of the guys back then, just enough to bail out of a plane. That's all they're taught. They don't know how to steer their chutes. Even though they're non-steerable, you can steer them. The good guys.
Hold on. Is Jamie on to something right there?
No, my dad was DB Cooper. My dad actually had dark hair and everything. He put the glasses on. Same kind of, thinning type comb over. Yeah. It
Tin
was
Man, you do not have a TX-22 with six.
anyway, it is fascinating. They are getting closer with technology, but hey, they threw out the cigarette butts a long time ago and they lost the piece of hair. And you need that DNA. Otherwise, you need a $20 bill, a parachute, a briefcase with a bomb in it, something that, or a ticket. Yeah, that old grandpa has in the attic. Maybe someday someone will find grandpa's stuff in the attic.
Oh, it started in the side chat. Uncle Cooper.
But I know what you're talking about. I know the guy, but he had blonde hair. You saw the picture. And some said it looked like he dyed his hair. His hair was kind of funky. And also, was he tan? He really wasn't, because
there was a massive layoff in his industry at that same time. He had lost his job.
Same with Boeing. A million times over. The unions always went on strike. So it can be anyone. But why from a guy over there?
Because this guy had written papers about, this was the kicker. This was the thing that sealed it for me. This guy wrote papers. He was testing salt and titanium, and his tie was heavily salted with industrial salts and titanium. And the guy his supervisor was still living, and he said, "You're describing this guy. It was his job."
Yeah, he asked if anyone that worked there looked like these pictures.
6'1", born in 1920s.
Yeah. However, his son said he was an honest guy, never would do anything like that, and he never parachuted as far as he knew.
But he was a merchant marine.
Yes, but that's on a ship. That's not a plane. That's not a guy that did it.
Everybody has muted their microphones, but you and I. I don't know what that means.
We blew it. Yeah. Well, you started it.
I knew it would get your buttons pushed, but you'd already seen it.
Well, I've seen it, and I've seen this happen over and over. Oh, we found him. And then, there's two people. They have not confirmed, the FBI, before they close the case. Carr was the last guy that was enthusiastic about it. He was like, "You want to hear how he got the DB Cooper case?"
How?
He was doing some crap in the FBI and he moved his desk. And he's like, "I want to do bank robberies." And all of a sudden they're like, "Okay, here's a case." He just moved his desk next to the other guys. And then he's like, "Hey, what's in that file cabinet?" And he goes, "Oh, I got that stinking DB Cooper case." And he's like, "That's awesome." And then he somehow, this is from his interview, his exact words were, "That is awesome." So he gets the case. And what he did was he started going on these chats where all these DB Cooper people are and letting out little information. And his handle was secret spelled differently. And he'd let out info to try and get info, you know? And so he was using, like he says, you use eyewitnesses when you see a robbery and stuff, and hopefully something hits the wall. That's what he did, which was genius. But he retired. I've seen his whole interviews. He still thinks he died in the jump, never pulled. The pull on that thing is this big. How do you no. Chico is here. Chico Wise.
Chico, what's up, brother?
Anyway, to me, it's the most fascinating case ever. The more you delve into it, the worse it gets.
But I don't think he died, because I really think if he died, his family would go, "Hey, you're describing our dad, and he's been missing since that day."
Yeah, no, they haven't found anyone missing the parachutes. They couldn't find, nobody was missing.
So my wife didn't know about any of this. And so I was watching this thing, and she's like, "So what is this?" So right now she's watching the National Geographic documentary on him, and she's getting caught up, getting the basics.
All right, go to on YouTube, DB Cooper Vortex. Okay.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want one that I have to wear a tinfoil hat to watch.
No, you can listen. You listen to it.
Oh, come on.
Listen to it when you're going to bed or whatever. Anyway, he interviews everyone. I want you to watch the one DB Cooper wore a tie. That's the guy that took the samples. He threw the money in the river. He did all the tests to debunk everything or make it true. He has no suspect. He has no guy to sell you. Okay. He was the one that did all the samples. Okay. And he was like the 8th choice of somebody forensics. And he's independent. Here's the thing. All this info came from non-FBI. It's a brilliant guy. You know, lazy ass FBI.
Well, they're too busy covering up Area 51. They don't have time to mess with this.
Yeah, so I'll send you a link to the channel and listen to them all. You got cuckoo stuff in there, but DB Cooper wore a tie is one of the best ones. Look up Braden. Look up, I'll give you some. All right, sorry, people.
So I got this green laser sight.
To me, it's the best mystery ever. The only unsolved jacking. All right. And the guy had balls. All right. Yeah. Whoever did this had balls. And he was so nice. He was trying to tip. He ordered food for the crew while they were, all the passengers, the hostages were, he was nice. He was polite. The FBI said he was a nasty, foul mouth. No, he was nothing like that. They said he was nice. He was super cool and calm. He only got upset when their fueling was taking too long because he knew how long it took to fuel. He knew what's going on.
Cooper's probably hanging out with Hitler
in South America. I got to watching that series Finding Hitler, and like every episode, they never found anybody. I'm like, how many seasons of this is there? You know, I'm about 3 episodes in. They ain't found nothing.
Yeah, they're like, here's the stone building, and we think it could be, you know what? There's your Hitler?
That was the worst.
Anyway, doesn't anyone else like mysteries? This, to me, is the biggest James Bond type mystery
Well,
ever.
He got away with it. That's the kicker thing about this. He got away with it.
And I think he put the money on Tina Barr because Tina was the stewardess that sat next to him and lit his cigarettes for hours. Tina Barr, that's where they found $5,000. I think he put it there to say, I'm still here. He also, there was letters that were sent into newspapers. So he was saying thanks for the, there's different letters. There were 6 letters.
Elvis plays private concerts for Hitler.
All right. Anyway, I'll send you a link to the Vortex, and you got to watch the Thai one. This guy is
I'll watch War Thai.
You're going to find it fascinating, everything he did. He threw bundles of money down that river. The rubber bands did not hold up. The money originally was in paper wrap, bank. And they find it with rubber bands on Tina Bar and say, oh, yeah, he must have died and drowned. No, rubber bands don't last hardly a month or 2 in the wild. Okay. Yeah. So that's bullshit. And then they said there's all kinds of fragments. No, there actually wasn't. The fragments collected were very small. But when you see on TV and they show, oh, fragments everywhere, he must have. No. Not true. Look at the facts.
I saw the space shuttle hit the ground when I was in school. We watched that live.
I just saw somebody that found a piece of it. Some divers. I was watching some diver show. Yeah. And
I was in grade school. I don't remember what grade I was in, but we brought the TV in on the stand and plugged it in, tuned it in, and watched them take off and watched it blow up. And half the kids are like, "Are they going to be okay?" I'm like, "They're not there. They were vaporized." "Oh, Harold, that's not true. You can't say that." I'm like, "Look, there's nothing there bigger than a quarter," and I mean that. There's no telling how many kids were traumatized watching the space shuttle blow up.
I know. It's like, hey, kids, And there were people's kids there. The families.
Oh, the families. I know. And they were showing these interviews with these people. They're getting on there. All right, class, watch me as I go into space.
Don't you want to be a spaceman?
Yeah. All the astronaut kids went and talked to the guidance counselor right then. They want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, they screwed up. They rushed it. They knew it was wrong, and they should have waited. They knew those seals were wrong, whatever they were, the seals. But yeah, that's not so much a mystery, other than what did they look like, when they're. I think they didn't feel a thing. They probably just blew. So.
Oh yeah, that was instant.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, the seals, the rocket booster.
The passenger cabin survived the explosion, and they were awake the whole way down.
I heard that they hit the water alive, and some people say they burned, but if they hit the water alive, oh my gosh, what a roller coaster ride that was.
Yeah, they popped the emergency oxygen.
Oof.
The teacher blew up. That's what somebody said. Jag.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit on the side for a while, about another 15 minutes. I'll be out. So I'm going to give up my spot here. Catch you all a little later. I'll be here listening.
Okay.
All right, Andy. You have a good night.
Later, Andy.
I can't believe it was that long ago where you were in grade school.
Yeah.
I was at work.
I saw it on TV. A rerun,
Oh, we shut the whole school down. We watched interviews with astronauts and everything. I mean, it was a big deal. We were going to get to see it live on TV, and then it just blew up.
Well, you did see it live on TV.
Yeah. Well, I remember like when the World Trade Center got hit, on 9/11, I was unloading chips in the back of Walmart, and they were like, man, you're not going to believe this. I thought they were talking about a roller coaster crashed or something. I'm like, a roller coaster crashed? And they were like, yeah, we don't really know. So we finished our job, got back, and I mean, everybody was all weirded out. It was 3 or 4 hours later before I figured out what was going on.
Yeah, I remember that day, man. I was in college, dude. I was walking. I got home from college and saw it on TV.
Yeah, I saw 9/11 live because I was sick that day. But I think the shuttle I just saw when I got home.
Yeah,
I
I was sitting there with my brother and my asshole father, and we were just kind of like, what in the hell?
went home and made sure I had my honorable discharge completed. I had done 6 years in the National Guard, and you have 2 years of ready reserve that you can be called up for any given reason. And after 2 years, you get your honorable discharge. Well, when I was getting out, this other guy that got in the same time as me, they were like, look, if you guys re-up, we'll give you another stripe and you can do summer camp in Hawaii and do 18 hours of beach patrol over 2 weeks on 4-wheelers. That'd be like a vacation to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks. I said, no, I'm done with the military. I'm done. This guy re-upped, got out. He still had like 6 months left before his 2 years in active duty was up. He got called up. He got shipped off to Uzbekistan, and he lived in a tent all winter, drinking hot soup and eating MREs. And I ran into him about 5 or 6 years later, and he was still in the Guard. He ended up retiring out of the Guards, but yeah, all for 1 year. He signed up 1 more year, and that put him over in the 9/11 time frame. And then he got activated and stayed active for about 5 years. And then at that point, why not just do the rest and get your retirement?
Mm.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy watching it back home, man. And over the years, I've done my research and I've done various things, and I'm not going to get into it on here because I don't want to get this chat banned. But there's a lot of things that don't add up, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to keep my conspiracy theorist to myself.
Yep.
Are you talking 9/11 or the shuttle?
9/11.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of paperwork that had to go bye-bye.
Well, yeah, that 9/11, yeah.
There's a lot of things, and I'm not going to get into it because, again, I'm not trying to get this banned. But
Yeah, it's weird, man. But hey, look, when anything the government's involved in, I'm just automatic skeptical.
you
been
got
watching
to
these-
question everything.
I've been watching these food shows, like like how our food's produced, what's legal, what's not. I mean, just crazy stuff gets covered up. It's okay.
Well, I don't know. You probably didn't hear about this, but the very day after, what the hell's that guy's name? Freaking the billionaire is buying everything right now. Damn it.
You
Musk?
talking about Soros?
No, the other one.
The other terrorist,
He's a
Gates.
domestic terrorist.
Gates.
Yeah, Gates. There we go. He the day after he bought a water plant, the EPA changed all their guidelines for how water is produced.
Yep.
Yeah.
How does that add up?
Well, what about the vaccines? Okay, now we're going
Hey,
there.
no, what? Let's back all that. Do you remember the food pyramid? You got you remember the food pyramid? You got like Little Debbie's at the top, and you got grains at the bottom, and then you got vegetables and cheese and dairy and meats, and
Right.
there's nothing healthy to that. That was put out by the agricultural department so they could sell more grains and make more bread. There's nothing healthy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the pasta's always better in Italy because of the wheat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got
It's
on
old
this.
school wheat. Yeah.
Yep, Tommy Boy, you're 100% on the exactly right, man. Population control. That's all it's about.
I heard that. Oh, now we're really going to get bumped. I heard that people that have taken took the shot, the percentage of people getting sick
Are vaccinated.
are like 80% are vaccinated.
85% are the
Yeah.
ones that are vaccinated. Not
Yeah.
just vaccinated, but boosted and double boosted and so on and so forth.
And they still get it. I've never been.
And they get it worse than they would have got it if they didn't take the shit.
Yeah, my wife told me that, and I'm like, aren't you glad none of us got vaccinated?
Hey, I was watching this 40 historical files or 40 historical photos or something and there was a picture in there from 1909 in Toronto, and they were resisting and marching against polio vaccines or smallpox vaccines or some kind of vaccine mandate. I mean, the streets were just littered, and they were saying government overreach and slavery and all this. I thought, man, this has been going on for centuries.
Yep.
Yeah, Tin Man, I got it on the path. Here it goes.
Yep.
Oh, well,
It wasn't my intention, but hey, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
if you can't talk freely, you're not free.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
they just
it,
don't want
man.
nobody speaking the truth. That's what that is.
Censorship is beyond astronomical levels right now.
That's what they want.
Except Twitter.
And they want you to be hungry. They want you starving, you know? They want you
That's
to.
exactly what they want. Why you think Gates is buying all the farmland up and he's doing all this other stuff, and
I
now
know.
he's figuring out how to make fake beef and all the rest
Yeah,
of it.
And they're wanting to make backyard chickens illegal and saying you can't raise your own pig and have your own milk. That was another thing I watched. People were selling raw milk. I mean, they were coming down there, guns out, fully loaded, putting people on the ground for selling raw milk.
Good stuff.
Yeah, right out of a cow.
It's insane, dude.
I'm like, dude, they weren't. Why don't you go do that? Somebody's selling crack. I mean, they're selling milk. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Look at all that. What's that drug in our country right now? From people crossing the border. What's the drug?
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Killing everybody off.
Fentanyl.
There's nothing coming into the country. If you just listen to what they're telling you, it's okay. Everything's fine. There's not thousands upon thousands walking across the border. We're not welcoming them in. We're not saying they have to get the shot. They can come on in. Nah, that's not happening.
You can sell heroin
Trust your
and
government.
be in and out of jail. The door don't even shut behind you. But if you're selling raw milk, I mean, they're going to bring the death penalty down.
Oh yeah, milk or a side of beef. Yeah, they're gonna go after hunting next. You know, no, can't touch them.
So
Tommy boy, I'm sorry about that, man. I wish he didn't take it. That sucks, buddy.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, they're finding out a bunch of bad stuff about that.
If you really pay attention to what's going on, you really pay attention to a lot of the things that are happening right now. There's a lot coming out telling you that the increase and all that, the heart vascular and all the rest of it detail, it's all related to it. Which we already knew 2 freaking years ago plus, and we all said it, but we're conspiracy theorists.
Miss Kitty, that's from GMO birdseed. It's making the squirrels get fat.
Yeah, they call it conspiracy theories, and misinformation is the favorite word on YouTube. Misinformation. That's what took down a couple of chats.
It's okay if the government feeds you misinformation, but if one of us feeds you misinformation, we're God.
Yeah, I talked about voting, and they killed that chat, and they told me it was misinformation.
Yeah,
I still have a temporary one sitting on there right now, a strike sitting on there. It was probably it's almost been 3 months at this point now, but we were talking about the 2020, and someone said something about it being, you know what, and bam, that was it.
I'm going to go milk a cow and get some more natural eggnog. I'll be right back.
I hope we're here when you get back.
And natural chicken eggs, yes.
How dare you do that?
Man, get up of there.
Man, I was just getting so worked up. They were going in arresting these people for selling milk and eggs. I'm like, how do you contaminate a chicken egg? It comes in a shell. It's genetically designed to survive for 6 weeks on a shelf.
Yeah.
How is this against the law?
They're doing everything and anything they can to alter your food.
It's like, man, you've
The
got
whole
to
point-
eat
the
our
whole
food.
point
If you're
is
not,
to poison and kill you. Period.
Yeah.
All it is.
Then you gotta be careful what you're growing in your yard. You can only grow certain things, not everything. They want you in the stores no matter what.
but you can grow pot. You just can't grow vegetables.
Well, yeah, because if you're
Exactly.
high, then you'll be more likely to comply.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oklahoma passed this law where you can grow your own, and so man, everybody over there is going to get rich growing pot, you know. But the problem is, everybody over
Yeah.
there grows their own. Nobody wants to buy yours; they grow in their own.
Right.
Oh man, Mountain Lion milk, that's great, but it's the cream on the top. That Mountain Lion cream is what you really want. You make butter out of Mountain Lion cream, then you got Mountain Lion butter. Man, I tell you guys, I had a great cooking video going. I was going to do a cooking video on a sack lunch, and I had a set of deer nuts still in the sack. And I was going to do a sack lunch, 2 for $1. And I got busy doing other stuff, and I left them in the fridge, and I was like, kind of sketchy now. I'd eat fresh
Yeah.
deer nuts, but I didn't want to eat deer nuts been in there for 3 or 4 days. So
Right.
it's going to be a great video.
Put that balls in your mouth, boy.
And I'm just thinking with the USDA and stuff, I went to a Chinese market yesterday, and I'm telling you, it creepy crawlies raw and
Nasty. Smells like death.
man. I mean, if they're gonna bust somebody for like not pasteurizing the milk, man, the moving squid, no, nah.
Oh, come on, man. I love raw squid.
Did
Man,
you see where? Go ahead?
If you walk in a Chinese market, dude, it smells like death occurred in there. I mean, there's things in there. There's no way that's sanitary. Half-hatch stuff that's been dead a long time, fermenting meats. That's not healthy, man.
Did I
I would
forget?
rather eat that than the stuff they're selling in a regular store.
Did I forget to say Kyle was here? Damn it, Kyle. How you doing, buddy? One thing that people don't know is there's already ground insects in a lot of food, and they put it under a different name. It's a scientific name.
Mm.
And so all of us are probably eating ground insects right now. They've been putting it more.
I bet everyone out here, including the side chat, loves M&Ms, right?
Yeah.
You know what the shells are made of, right?
Peanuts M&Ms is my favorite. Yes.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those shells that they're made of, yeah, that's all bugs right there. Just so you know.
There's all bugs.
Just
Hey,
the back off a June bug painted yellow.
Pretty much. You're welcome.
Thanks, Gutsman. I'm hungry.
Me too.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we can get
there's-
little beavers.
they want to get rid of polluting cows, methane, and give you insects. Yeah.
Hey, I saw a thing on the history of chickens today from the history guy, and he said the world consumes 55 million chickens a day.
Wow.
A day.
Yeah, the poor
That's a lot of
bastards.
birds.
55 million a day. He said the most populated bird on the entire planet of all time, and it's not even, there's no close second, is the chicken.
Yeah.
And it's in our time.
Yeah, it's not good if you're a chicken.
Man,
Everything tastes like chicken, so.
oh, he had this whole spiel of chickens. I mean, all the chicken sayings. It was hilarious. But 55 million chickens a day. So, man, that means you've got to be hatching at least 60 million eggs a day. And you've got to be processing that many every day and twice on Sunday. I mean, just think about, man, there's no way you can do that
We have
naturally.
A lot of farms that raise chickens here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
have
and,
chicken houses.
I've had it straight from there too, man. When I worked on the farm back in the day, I got a fresh pint every day.
Okay, that would make a great video. You just sucking on some udders there, James Bullard. Oh. Or at least doing the squeezins. Yeah.
You got to do the squeeze, man. You got to do the squeeze.
Yeah.
William, he gave the numbers on birds. The biggest bird population in the history of the world was the now extinct passenger pigeon, and it used to be 5 billion, I think, was the highest bird population of all time, or maybe it was 55 million. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, chickens blow that. And there's some other bird in the deserts of Africa that's supposed to be like 5 million of them. It's not even close to chickens.
Wow.
But I mean, we had 2 chicken houses and they raised 60,000 birds at a time. You start thinking about every chicken house you see having 12, 15,000 birds in it. How many chicken houses you see in, I mean, our part of the world, there's a ton.
Hi,
Yeah.
Meg. Bye, Meg.
Well, how long it takes to a chicken to grow before it gets processed?
6 to 8 weeks, 7-week average.
With steroids
Wow.
faster.
Those chickens are bred to
As
do that.
long as
They don't
you
move.
have-
They have minimal feathers. They don't move. They're sedentary. They're never within further than 8 feet from food or water. And they grow, and then they put hormones in there to make them grow even more.
Yeah.
And
They're all
it used to
steroids.
take 13 weeks to grow a chicken. Now it takes 6 weeks.
If you
Wow.
do it on your own and you have the right heat and the lighting and the temperature and all the rest of it, you're looking roughly about 10 weeks.
Yep.
Maybe
Our
it's
chickens went
bigger.
out every 7 weeks. Chicken house chickens are 7 weeks. But that's with controlled lighting, food, everything's regulated down to you get paid on tons minus your feed and your
Right.
utilities.
The thing is with your chickens, you know exactly what's going into them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he gave a statistic. He said chicken meat is the cheapest because it only takes 2 pounds of feed to make a pound of chicken. Beef is 7 pounds of feed per pound of beef, and pork is 3 pounds of feed per pound of pork.
Let's see, we got Meg here and we got Idaho Rogers here, and here's a quote from Idaho. He wants to know whose job is it to count the birds. Oh. Yep.
Of course, what I want to know, the real question is how much of that chicken was really cat? And they just didn't tell us any different.
I told you, everything tastes like chicken.
I know. That was the last thing he said in that video, was that they did a DNA analysis of the bones of a T-Rex, and its DNA looks a lot like the DNA of the modern chicken. Therefore, they concluded that the T-Rex tastes like chicken.
Yeah, they're mini dinosaurs. Yeah. It's funny. I bet they did. Just imagine the wing on that.
The chicken is
With the
carnivorous.
leg.
Eat
Not the wing,
anything.
not the wing, the leg.
Yeah, imagine going over some caveman's. He raises up a rock, and underneath it's a bunch of T-Rex arms. He's like, it's Super Bowl. We're cooking wings.
It's amazing what we talk about on these chats. Yes.
Yeah.
It goes everywhere. It literally goes everywhere.
I like it that way.
I did 2 turkeys and 2 chickens, and froze all of it, Uncle John.
Hey, you're like me, Jim. You don't mind the free speech, man. I'm all about it, dude.
Yep. Do what you want.
Say what you want, as long as you're not
Out of it.
bitching or calling out people and saying this, that, the other to guests on here. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. When we get drunk, it gets pretty that way.
Well, I can, but
Yeah, but to me, it's more interesting just letting it fly any direction. You know,
Yeah, just
I
let it
like
do what
this.
it's doing, man.
People sitting and having a beer at a bar or restaurant and just talking about anything. That's what a chat should be.
That's exactly it. Chilling, relaxing,
Or out by the
Fun.
campfire. Yeah.
and just like Pat. Pat, cheers.
Hobbies, where are you at? $15 for an uncooked chicken?
He's in
Wow.
Canada.
Oh,
That's only like $4 in American money.
okay.
Yeah.
No, he said 15 for a cooked chicken, 18 for an uncooked chicken.
Yeah, because
Huh.
that's about 4 something.
Yeah, figure that out.
Yeah, I can get a rotisserie chicken at Sam's Club for about $5.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I picked one up for like $5.
They used to have it by the cash register under the heat lamps. You just grab a chicken, a roasted. Yeah.
William
Yeah.
got a 5-pound bag of dinosaur-shaped nuggets at Sam's. Dinosaur nuggets.
The Tommy Boy got an 8-pound whole chick today for $7.81.
Wow.
And dumplings. Mm. Yeah, our turkey was pretty big, but it was $17. We're used to getting them free when you go shopping.
I still haven't cooked my ham. How should I cook my ham, guys? I don't know how. I've never done this before.
It's probably pre-cooked. Just slice it and eat it.
Well, I know it's pre-cooked. I got to heat it up. So how long am I supposed to heat it for?
Well, you could put it in the oven and put some brown sugar on it or some pineapples or some maple syrup, glaze it like that, and just heat it through.
Yeah, and just don't do all of it. Keep the,
Is it just you?
Yeah, it's just me, man.
Yeah,
I would cut that thing in chunks and I would just heat up what I wanted to eat. I wouldn't heat up like a 12-pound ham.
no, yeah, just cook.
It's a 22-pound ham, dude.
I cut that thing up, and you're going to have a bunch of bone. You can throw that in soup, but I would cut the ham. I would cut it off in chunks, and I would just put it in 1-pound packages, and then I would slice it across the grain and heat up what I wanted to eat at the time. Throw the rest in the freezer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
I
no
was
need to heat
gonna
that
do
whole.
it. I was gonna do it on Thanksgiving, but it didn't happen. I didn't get to it, and then it's like, whatever.
Yeah,
And then
those pre-cooked hams. If it's just me and the wife, I don't ever heat the whole ham up. I cut it up in pieces, and then we just get a portion out, and we'll eat it like we'll fry it with fried eggs and stuff, and then we'll eat it the next day, and then I'll throw it in green beans, or I'll throw it in a pot of beans and cook in that. I mean, just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good on
Slice it
ham
up,
for about
dice
3
it up,
weeks.
and then figure out. Yeah. Okay.
I was going to mention, don't forget the ham and beans for later. If you freeze some, and then if you fry it, don't overcook it; it'll dry out. So just boom,
Yeah.
bang, get it the flavor. Yeah.
Okay. It's my first time doing it, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking. That's
That's like
I've
that old
never
hog.
had to worry about this over the years.
That's like that hog that Jerry Clower's neighbor had, the one that had the wooden leg. Y'all heard about that hog, right? Jerry Clower pulled up at his neighbor's house, and this pig come running out, just squealing, running all around his car, squealing. And he noticed that on his back leg, he had a wooden leg. And the guy lived at the house, the neighbor come walking out, and he said, "Hey, what's up with this pig and the wooden leg?" And he said, "Oh, that's the best pig I ever had." Said, "When somebody pulls up in the yard, he'll come out here and squeal and let us know somebody's here." He said, "He's like a guard dog." And he said, "Well, what's up with the wooden leg?" And he said, "Well, my daughter fell down in a well, and he came back to the house and got us and let us out there so we could save my daughter from the well." He said, "Well, what's up with the wooden leg?" He said, "Well, my barn caught on fire, and that pig came in the house and woke us up in the middle of the night and took us out there, and we put the barn out." And he said, "Well, what's up with the wooden leg?" And he said, "Man, you don't eat a hog this good all at one time."
Piece by piece, baby. Piece by piece.
And they're still eating him too. Being that good doesn't guarantee he lives. You just eat him one piece at a time.
Yeah, Mark Thomas got it all. Yep, Mark Thomas got it.
I was
right
hoping somebody wouldn't put it up there before I got to the
there. No,
punchline.
he got to it. He got it.
It is a funny joke and it's clean. You
Yeah.
know, best kind. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right, hobos. Yep.
Oh yeah, and if you like split pea soup,
Like
there
a
you
powder
go.
boy.
Just like powder coating.
Yeah.
Guess I'll slice it and dice it.
There's no wrong way to eat a ham, Scott. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
No, I've just
yeah.
never done it, man. I don't know.
just
You
don't
know,
overcook it.
over the years being here, I've always been with a friend or somewhere else, and someone else has cooked. I've never had to fucking cook for myself, really, as far as Thanksgiving goes.
Here's how you
And-
freeze it. Just cut it off the bone. Just cut it in big chunks. It don't matter how you get it off there. Just cut it in big chunks. Anything that's not big enough to slice, you can throw it in a pot of pinto beans and let it cook, and it'll season your beans and it'll be great. But
Right.
take and roll that in saran wrap, and then the saran wrap will stick right to the ham, and then just put it in a Ziploc bag and throw it in the freezer. And it'll be good in there for a good 6 months. If you roll it in saran wrap, put it in a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
So for 6 months, you got ham in the freezer. You can go in there and just get one out, stick it in the fridge. The next day it's thawed.
Mhm.
Just slice it however you want, fry it, warm it up, microwave it, make a ham sandwich. Crap, you can do anything with it.
Yeah,
That's
buy
the best way to do it.
buy some fresh rolls and make little mini sandwiches.
Little
Oh,
ham sliders.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make my own bread and stuff, so
Man, make your own bread. Do you make like sourdough bread or yeast bread or both?
both, man.
Oh, wow. That's my next ventures. I want to start making my own bread. I've just made it a little bit. I want to really get serious about
It's super easy, man. It's super easy.
Sourdough's a pain because you got to keep the culture, you know, the
Yeah.
little, and all people talk about is their what do you call it? Their little culture and
starter. Starter.
Yeah, my mom. Like the starter, she could go forever on her starters.
Whenever you go to buy yeast, buy active yeast. Don't buy dry yeast. Buy active yeast.
Yeah. That's the key.
Use active yeast. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
Chico, shrimp.
Oh yeah, there we go. Bubba Gump. Yep.
Oh, that
Ham and pizza, hamburger. That would be.
Tommy boy, I see your chicken and dumplings and raise you a squirrel and dumplings. I'd rather have that than chicken.
Better get it inspected.
Yep. I'm shooting free range organic squirrels.
Yeah. Forge that little USD stamp on the side of them before you cook them.
That USDA stamp doesn't mean shit.
Out there with a little big ballpoint pen trying to draw something on their hip. I remember sneaking into bars with a red marker drawing their stamp on my hand. You know, I'd say, "What's the stamp tonight?" And they was like, "It's a red cowboy boot." So I'd draw a red cowboy boot, get in. Back in the day.
Well, speaking of which, what happened to all the gas stations and stuff that had a giant boot? You know, the when you drive on the, you know what I mean? No one knows what I'm talking about.
No, probably sell that 85 octane gas.
Yeah, but
Morgan gas.
gas stations used to have like a giant boot on top of the building or something else. And
That was a Western store that sold gas.
Yeah,
I've never
anything
seen
like
a
that
big
on
boot.
there.
Unless they sold boots.
Idaho beef is going to be obsolete if we keep going the way we are, at least for 2 years.
No, I'm going to be eating steak in 2 years. No matter how bad it gets, I still got primers.
Still got prime. Chico said those boots got booted.
Oh. You remember when Beaver Cleaver got stuck in the giant soup bowl? Come on. Preacher's laughing.
You're getting your kicks on Route 66. That's what's happening. Anytime I go down Route 66, I got the biggest ball of twine, the largest rocking chair, all this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Concrete dinosaur statues.
Yeah.
Route 66 is good, man.
All right. What else could get us in trouble tonight?
Oh hell, I can run you all kinds of ways, man.
Well, Nancy Pelosi's unemployed. She'll have to start walking the streets. Them big floppy titties and hairy back.
Dude, she's been working the streets for years. How do you think she got to where she's at?
Yep. I think before they go after our rifles, they got to go after hammers. Yes. I think it's going to be interesting when the House takes over.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get our rifles. I don't think we're going to turn them in like them Australians or New Zealanders did.
No, we're never going to do that.
Ain't no red-blooded freaking American turn the damn fucking thing in.
No, that's not happening.
I think
Whether
what they're
they
going
pass
to do,
it or don't pass it, ain't none of us fucking doing that shit.
what they're
Ain't
going to
gonna
do is pass a law that if you have this certain gun and you get caught with it, that's a felony. And then if you're a felon, you can't have any guns. So they're not going to go around door to door and just strip us all of our guns. They're going to pick us off one at a time by making us a felony and then confiscating individual guns. And then it'll be good in the media because they'll say, this guy's a felon. You don't want felons to have firearms. That's the way it'll work.
People will have enough of that real quick. It'll be neighborhoods, cities, not houses.
It's
That's
bump
what I'm
fires.
saying.
It's all the stuff that was legal when we bought it.
It's not going to go the way they think it's going to go.
Yeah, but they'll go after things like pistol braces. They'll start calling that a short-barreled rifle. It'll be all stuff that we legally own that they now deem illegal.
Yeah,
And it'll be the onesie-twosie stuff. That's how
Well, you just look at the ATF. They constantly come out and make their own laws, which they're not able to do, but they do it anyway. And no one ever says a fucking word about it.
but if you made them pay you back for what you legally purchased, they're not going to do it because it costs them millions and millions and millions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still ain't giving it to them. You know, when they come here,
I'm going to tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Whatever you do, folks, whatever you do, don't ever say I lost it in a fucking building accident. Be a fucking man. Stand up.
yeah, tell them, you sure you got them all? You sure? Sure you got all of them? Keep looking. There's got to be 4 or 5 more.
Good night, Walter. Didn't even know you're here. Yeah, I just say come and take it, cold dead hands. And if enough people did that, people are going to get pissed.
Says it all right there.
they talk tough until they say you have to stay home and wear a mask, and then everybody complies.
No.
Uh-huh.
That's what happened during COVID. Don't talk about we're going to rise up. People don't rise up. They talk about rising up.
When
it comes time to do rise up stuff, they get real quiet and go back in their house. That's real life.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people, but we only had to wear a mask at Walmart. The rest of the other stores, nobody wore them at all.
I didn't wear them once. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. Never did it. Doesn't care. They told me I couldn't come in. Fine. Fuck you. I ain't spending my money.
Actually,
You're the you're the 5%. I'm talking about the 95%. People on this chat's not the problem. It's the rest of the country.
This is a true story. My wife was in Walmart. She said, I can't breathe in this. I have a condition. They say, okay, you can take it off. That's all she had to say. Kidneys.
Well, I'll tell you my mask story. We had this weenie service manager. Actually, not a bad guy, but he was like an HOA president, one of them kind of people. And Parker comes up to me and says, why aren't you wearing a mask? I told him I ain't wearing no mask. He says, you have to wear a mask. I said, no, I don't have to wear a mask. He said, it's the law. I'm not wearing a mask. He says, you have to wear a mask. I said, I don't have to do shit. You can throw me out of the building or leave me alone, but I ain't wearing a mask. And that's it. And it only takes 5% of people to get one of these little weasels to shake in their boots about that. You know, I was looking down on him, and he was getting a little nervous about this.
You were looking down on him.
Well, I had the same thing happen, man. I walked into a store. Well, I called the store, asked to make sure they had the thing I'm looking for. Then I go in the store, and the guy tries to tell me it's the law that I have to wear a mask. And I looked at him, and I told him, I told him straight up, I'm like, so you're talking about the mandate that expired 30 days ago, which isn't a fucking law, because a mandate's not a law. And he just stands there and looks at me, and I'm like, do you want my fucking money or not? Here.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because everyone had to wear a mask. And so I had one in the car. I go to the gas station, nobody. Go to a store, nobody. Everyone's like, screw this. I ain't wearing them. Everyone. So it was awesome.
You were in Utah. That was easy. Down in California, it was, oh man, it was heavy. It was very hard to not wear a mask.
Yeah, but Salt Lake would be the same as California. You know, it's just.
Yeah.
Well, you try to explain that to people. You try to explain to people that mandates are not laws, and they never understand it. They cannot understand the fact that a mandate is not a law.
And that's my point. The majority of this country is going to do whatever the government tells them to do.
Yeah,
I don't care how many NRA stickers are on the back of trucks. I don't care how many Second Amendment T-shirts you sell. The majority of this country's a bunch of wusses.
And this was.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
And this was a test. You know, this was a test. They were testing us. It was a test. How far they could take it. You know what I mean?
Well,
They tried it.
It's only going to get worse, and the shit's coming. And you can say I'm a conspiracy theorist all you want, but the shit's coming, folks. It's coming. And it's coming fast.
Remember the Cliven Bundy story? Remember when they were trying to push all them cattle off the BLM land?
Yes.
Remember over grazing rights? I mean, there was a full out standoff with the feds.
Yeah. And the Cowboys. Yeah.
That was a test. Not of the emergency broadcast system, but of the government control system.
Yeah.
Have you all walked outside lately and looked up in the sky?
Oh,
Every night.
We're
Walk
not
outside during the day, look up in the sky and see how many planes are flying around and see how many vapor trails that you see that are super
You're a
long.
contrail guy. Wait, you're a contrail guy.
Hey, I preached out in Western Oklahoma about 3 weeks ago, and I was told that those windmills you see, that's the government's way of controlling the weather. That there's no, they said, I watched them put them in. There's no cables. They're not hooked to anything. They're blowing winds across the West and controlling where rain goes so they can dictate wheat prices. I was told this, and it took all I had to keep a straight face.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. Over the last probably 6 months, I have seen a super high increase in air traffic, and the chemtrails are super long. It's ridiculous.
Well, Hank called it. The Mississippi River's going dry. Send
Yeah,
it time.
there's a lot of conspiracies about them using aluminum in the air to change the weather and all kinds of stuff. But I don't know if they have the energy and power to do that. And you'd have so many pilots saying no, that they would come to,
I don't remember exactly what it is, but there is something out there. I saw the video. I forget exactly what it is, but there is a video. It shows the actual machine. They actually have a machine that does change the weather.
Well, I'll drink to that.
they know how to change the weather. It's just too expensive to be, they're not, the weather's been the same. So pretty much they can make it rain. Yes, they can.
Now, Jim, don't be talking about what your ancestors did around the campfire at night.
Make it rain.
How the Earth ain't flat? It's a fucking hexagon, you fucking moron.
Scotsman, Google up HARP. U.S. military HARP program. That'll get you going good on weather control.
Don't get me started, dude.
Uh-oh, we got Tim S here and we got Mario. Hey, guys.
Oh,
So
battle
right
beans
now.
out there.
Oh, I love that headdress. That's hilarious.
Changing batteries in the birds.
Yeah, okay, what's with the flat earth stuff, people? I mean, you can tell everything, you can tell. Just run a laser and it's going to start arcing, Maybe you should prove your point, preacher.
You went to public school, Jim. You've been programmed. You don't understand flat Earth.
Okay. I had an operator.
Oh,
When you opened that carton of milk in first grade, there was stuff in that milk that changed your mind.
Yeah.
I had a switchboard operator at work that was 100% both feet in, flat earther. And me and a couple of guys tried to talk her out of it, like, every day over lunch. You tell her stuff like, look up at the moon over there.
Yeah.
You see the moon? You see how the shadow ain't straight?
Yeah.
The moon is a sphere because of the shadow. Go get a tennis ball at home. Nope. You can't talk to those people. I mean, hours, 100 hours with this woman. No, it's all fake.
Mm-hmm.
tell her to go find an end of the earth and walk off of it.
That's what they used to think before they supposedly discovered America. The world was flat. You'd fall off the edge.
Yeah, but then they discovered it was flatter. That's all they discovered. It was just flatter. There was more flat.
It's so flat you can't fall off.
It's pretty silly. When you guys get on me for DB Cooper, come on.
Oh, and there it goes. Hobby's hobo, the moon landing. Dude.
I feel like that scene in Napoleon. I feel like that scene in Napoleon Dynamite where Uncle Rico's wanting to go time travel, and Kip says, "Easy. I've already looked into it for myself." I feel like when I'm talking conspiracy theories with y'all, I'm like Uncle Rico going, "Have y'all heard about this?" And you're like, "Easy. I already know about all these things."
Okay, Julio's got to go. We'll love you, Julio.
All right, good night, guys.
And
Good night.
you get better, Julio. Right?
All right, thank you.
All right. He's almost over the flu. The flu's the worst.
Well, I don't know. I gotta ask the only Baptist preacher I'm on speaking terms with. Science is not the tool of the devil, is it? It's how to appreciate God's creation.
There's two kinds of science. There's the kind of science that you can test and prove, and that used to be the only kind of science there was.
Yeah.
But then there's theoretical science, which used to you were supposed to form what was called a hypotenuse and then test it. But so much of science today is not built on anything testable. So
Hypotenuse? Isn't that
That's what it's called.
hypotenuse?
something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, no, the soft sciences like what is it? Psychology? Yeah, that
Well,
ain't science.
I'll explain it this way. You can study a clock. You can look at the mechanisms of a clock. You can calculate it. You can explain that and test it and show that the clock works. Other kinds of science like evolution cannot be proved because they can't be duplicated. You can't breed a cow and a hippopotamus and get a cowopotamus. They're different species. And so that's
I
when
guess
things
that
get
depends who you
weird.
talk to.
Do what?
It depends who you talk to.
Yeah, that's why we used to have an animal kingdom with different kingdoms and different classifications, different species, different even within each species there were different kinds. But like once you adopt that, it defeats its own laws, just like the law of physics. For every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. Yet with the Big Bang theory, it's what it is a theory. What causes the bang, and how do things blow up and come together and not blow up and come apart? It defeats the laws of physics.
Well, there's one answer to that. That's God's plan.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about God said he hung the earth on the axis before Columbus ever sailed the ocean blue. So God explained that the earth was spinning and that it went in a circle. That's in the book of Job. And the Bible accounts for dinosaurs, everything that mankind is looking for in science. The Bible is already, it's not a science book, but where it speaks on science, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Carbon dating, if you factor in a full earthly flood, the whole earth being underwater, carbon dates change. But nobody wants to adopt a full global flood, because if they do that, then that would lend credibility to the Bible. Then we would have to take it as true. So,
well, that's the trouble. That's not good science if you discount something just because of something else and you got an agenda.
well,
Wait. Hold on. Pat, that just sounds like you do you work for the government?
No, I don't work for the government. I don't work for anybody. I'm unemployed.
Right, everything you just said right there is something a government employee does.
yeah. Well, everybody's heard about Darwin's book, The Origin of Species, right? That's where evolution was that's where the theory was originated. The full title of that book was The Origin of Species and the Advancement of Favored Races on the Earth. It was a racist book, with white Americans being the predominant race and everybody under that being lower on the evolutionary spectrum. And that was the whole premise of his book, was to show that other races were Caucasian. That all gets lost in history, but go look at the original book. That's what it said. So if you adopt evolutionary theory, then you've automatically adopted racism. But we know in the 21st century, racism's bad unless it's scientific racism. And so I'm just, anything evolution, I'm against. I believe in selected breeding. I believe in survival of the fittest. I believe things do evolve to get better or worse, but I don't think you cross species. I think all humans are one race. I think we're all the same. The only difference is minor differences in the melatonin of our skin.
It's pretty simple. Let me clarify what he's trying to tell you guys. You're either one major asshole or you're a super asshole.
Oh, I want to be super at everything.
Yeah, I mean, if we came from monkeys, if that's the claim, then anybody that looks anything less than lily white with blonde hair and blue eyes is somewhere further down that chain.
Dude,
and that's wrong.
Monkeys ain't bald. Monkeys ain't bald. I'm bald. Monkeys ain't bald.
There's bald monkeys, I think.
No, there's not.
I've been to the zoo. Maybe it's their butts. Oh, nobody got that? All right. Oh, well. Jeez, people.
Now we're talking fucking monkey butts.
That's some of these newer scientists say, yeah, that at least that whole area flooded, and it's you can tell it was flooded. But there was a deeper flood because there's stuff under the ocean. Anyway.
There's stuff on
Orangutans
mountains.
are not fucking bald, dude. Shut up. Battle Bean. Orangutans are not bald. They got a comb over.
Comb over.
I don't have no comb over, dude.
Does the Scotsman fling his poo?
Oh,
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I almost choked on that one.
wow. Best
Yes,
comment of the
it
night.
does.
No, I do not fling my poo.
Oh, I bet you have. Come on. Admit it. Ex-wife was Italian, just saying. Oh. Oh. Oh.
There's Echo.
Echo.
What's up,
Echo
Echo?
was there. Hey, Echo. How's it going? Oh. This, like we said, this goes anywhere, people. Now we're flinging poo.
Oh boy.
And I love it. I love every minute of it. Yeah. Okay, we're 2 hours. I'm going to have to cut her short pretty soon here because I got an email from StreamYard.
All right. Hey, let me jump off and let somebody else hop on last minute. I've been on here for a while.
No,
I
I
got
know,
things
I was talking about shutting down the chat because I want to save December. It's Christmas, you know. And so we have what? One more Saturday before the 3rd StreamYard? I don't know. I gotta look. Who's got a calendar?
I have my phone.
Don't jump off, man. You're helping with the conspiracy theories. I love it.
Next Saturday is the 3rd of December.
I wonder if they said until the 3rd. Then it might be okay. All right. All right. It starts.
Yeah, if it's a new month, then you're good.
It starts over on the 3rd, so I think I'm good.
Tin Man's backstage.
Oh, yeah, I see you. Yep, I see boxes down here. Oh, we got Kyle and Tin Man.
You ain't shutting nothing down.
You ain't shutting it down.
We ain't shut it down,
Yep.
man.
We sat through DB Cooper for 45 minutes. We've got a way to go here.
You
Well,
you
I
can't
As
end on
soon as
that.
you mentioned the poo flinging Scotsman, I had to hop on here.
Is that like Foo Fighters? Yeah.
There's no poo flinging fucking Scotsman, so stop that.
Oh, sure there is.
It was one time.
Hey,
I've seen you run around my pool on your knuckles and knees. Okay, shut up.
Just because
I got-
I did it once doesn't mean it happens all the fucking time.
here's the test. I'm going to say something. Let's see how he responds. Right turn, Clyde. Oh, he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
No, I got it. I got it.
Left turn,
Wrong
Larry.
arm.
Right turn, left turn, right turn, left turn. I got
Right
it.
turn is the arm up, and that's how he'd knock out those cops that came up to the
No,
window
I
on any which
got
way
it,
but
dude.
lose.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Name the movie.
That movie is when Clint Eastwood.
No. Scotsman, name the movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I've been drinking all day.
Any.
Which
Which?
Any which way but Sunday.
No,
Tin Man, this should have been mandatory watching for you as a child.
Oh, dude, I know the fucking movie. Come on, just give me a fucking
Any which
break.
way but loose.
There you go. He Googled it.
No, I didn't.
Nipple Boy got it.
I've been up all day. I worked on the roof all day. I get done working on the roof. I came home and I've been drinking since I got home.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Hey,
Can you milk me?
I'll tell
Name
you
that
something
movie.
that I've done many times since watching Any Which Way But Loose. When I skin a deer as a kid, I would punch the rib cage like he would punch that beef in that meat locker
Like Rocky?
when they were having that street fight in that meat locker, and Eastwood's over there punching them sides of beef. I'd skin a deer and punch him in the ribs about 10 or 12 times like Eastwood.
Oh, that's just
Well,
tenderizing.
Bean, get your fucking ass in here. Go in the bitch.
That's just tenderizing, man.
There's no
I
room.
swear, Preacher, I swear that's when Clint went through his steroid days, because all of a sudden he was buff.
Yeah.
And he wanted to show off his machoism. I swear he went through some steroids. And he's wearing shirts like Tin Man. Like
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. He looks like Tin Man.
Oh, God.
There was about 3 movies where Eastwood took his shirt off, and then after that, he was back to regular Eastwood.
Do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Punk?
But you'll notice he went through his midlife crisis and all of a sudden ballooned. You know, steroids.
Happens to the best of us.
Another
Then he went into the
conspiracy
whole
theory.
get off my lawn phase.
Another conspiracy theory. Did Clint Eastwood take steroids?
Much like Eastwood, Tin Man's juicing right now.
He is. You can see it right there on screen, folks.
He's
I'm
juicing right
telling
now.
you.
Yeah,
He's
look.
loading up. He's loading up.
You're working on the legs, Tin Man? You're shooting at the legs? You're
Get that
shooting at
strap
the
on
legs.
tight.
I can put the quick kibosh on the whole flat earth thing. If the earth was flat, all the cats would have knocked everything off of it by now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
He's right.
That's true.
Y'all didn't catch that in the side chat. I put that up like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I missed it, Kyle. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up.
Battle Bean's right. Nothing says I'm manly more than a teal wife beater.
This isn't even a wife beater.
You know, you should be wearing a salmon. Do you have a salmon one?
I have a red one.
Mm. Well, get it faded. All right.
About to say wash it about 5 times.
I'll just bleach it.
And who was that guy in Any Which Way But Lose that played the leader of that biker gang, the Black Widow gang?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, goodness.
Had the
Oh,
Black
no.
Widow tattoo on his belly button. He wore that leather vest with no shirt, big fat belly, and a Black Widow right on the middle of his belly button.
Now you're asking. Holy crap, dude.
That was hilarious.
Ah.
He had that like Nazi officer's hat and a horse whip. He's all the time. We're gonna kill Philo Beto tonight.
He would fit right in at the Blue Oyster Bar.
I think I remember that. I remember that movie. Is that where they show up to the old lady's house and they're all like doing
That's where
burnouts
the
on her front yard?
orangutan would
Yeah,
started knocking people out when he'd say right turn, Clyde.
At the end of it, they're fighting in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where the antler arches are over the town square, and they just fight through the whole town. Eastwood, who's Philo Beto, a street fighter. Man, it's awesome.
I think I've only seen that movie once or twice.
You can't beat those old classics.
Hey, if we're going to talk great movies, let's talk about Smokey and the Bandit with Jackie Gleason.
Oh, let's
Fuck
do it.
yeah.
You scum gun, or how do they put it on TV nowadays?
Scum Buzzard.
I forget how that scum bum or something like that.
Daddy, my hat blew off.
I like that.
Damn head was in it.
I like the hit your mama in the mouth one.
There's no way you came from my loins.
I was gonna say that one right there. You took it from my mouth, preacher. Ain't no way you came from my lines, boy.
Oh
When I
man.
get home, I'm gonna smack your
Slap
mama
your
around
mama.
the back.
He would
Put the
he got caught.
evidence in the car.
He got caught by that funeral procession. The old gravedigger pulled out right in front of him. He said, if they'd have cremated that SOB, I'd be kicking the bandit's butt to the moon by now.
He sure did have a lot of friends, didn't he, Daddy?
My kids to this day, when I say, what do you want to eat? They'll say, "Hush puppies, Daddy, hush puppies," and I'll say, "We ain't got time for that crap." What made that funny though was nobody knew what Gleason was going to say. His lines weren't written down, and every take he might say something different, and so they had no idea what was going to come out of his mouth.
Oh man! Then you
A
had
lot
old,
of the great
what's
movies
his name?
were like that.
The Snowman.
Jerry Reed.
Yep, you had Jerry Reed. Come on, Fred. This ain't no time to swim.
Most of his lines weren't written either. Most of his lines he did on his own too.
Yeah, that's great movies, man.
Most of the great,
Those
great-
were true classics, man. Those are the movies that made it happen.
Cannonball Run. You ever seen Cannonball Run?
Yep.
Had all these old actors all in a race from one end of the country to the other.
And they showed a lot of cleavage.
Yeah. Well, one of them was Dean Martin and who's that little guy with him? Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
And they're dressed as Catholic priests because they think it'll get them out of tickets. And so then they're always trying to pick up women, and the women all think they're Catholic priests. And so they're always trying to get rid of their Catholic priest costumes. Man, it's
And old,
hilarious.
You had Dom DeLuise?
Tom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds, they were crossing the country in a ambulance.
That was a great movie.
And who was that lady that they kidnapped? Well, she was famous. I mean, like knockout model.
Farrah Fawcett?
Farrah Fawcett. And that old guy that played like a weird professor, he's pretending to be a doctor in the back. The guy's got cross-eyed. His name's Jack Elam. Jack Elam is their doctor on board. Supposed to be.
he's awesome. He's
Oh,
awesome.
it was hilarious.
Oh, you got me crying over here.
Man, if you've never seen Cannonball Run, it is worth your time. It also has, it's got Terry Bradshaw in it. Him and Jerry Reed are a bunch of rednecks. They got too much beer in their car. It ain't going fast enough. Oh, it's hilarious.
You like those chase movies, Preacher?
You leave Steve McQueen out of this.
And Convoy, I watched it too.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Y'all just brought back some great memories.
Yep.
Don DeLuise. Yeah, there's the priceless one there. Yep.
He and Burt Reynolds and Jack Elam and Farrah Fawcett in an ambulance going across country. That's the movie. Racing everybody else in different cars.
Oh Lord.
Oh, he's mixing more steroids. There you go.
Yeah, he's pumping that juice.
You and Clint, you'll be
Count the drops. Count the drops.
He'll be fighting with a monkey soon. Yep.
Get off my lawn.
I have your address. I can make a phone call.
Give me a beer, dragon lady.
Jackie Chan was in it.
No way.
Jackie Chan, real early on, was driving a Japanese car ran by a computer.
Oh my gosh, really?
If
Yeah.
you've never seen Cannonball Run, it is nothing but it's hilarious.
It is an
It-
all-star
it-
cast, and it's a lot of people that nobody knows were stars until now. You know,
Eagle Eye shooting, you're 110% right, my brother. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever. It is a staple right here.
that is the
Every Christmas,
100%
Bam,
best
right here.
Christmas movie.
it is a staple.
I don't think Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I forgot
Screw
about
you,
Captain
man.
Chaos.
I think
Screw
have
you,
your
and
facts are
yeah,
straight.
you
They're
can
crooked.
just go somewhere else.
Your facts are crooked.
Now we got a real conspiracy going.
It is
It is
not.
a Christmas movie. It is the best Christmas movie. And if you don't think so,
It is not Christmas Eve until Hans Gruber gets thrown off the top of Nakatomi Plaza.
I forgot. Roger Moore, who played James Bond, was in that movie, and he was playing Roger Moore as himself. And he's all the time picking up women. And he had like a James Bond car.
Oh, and Cannonball Run.
Yes. I'm gonna have to go watch that
That
again.
was a great flick.
And it was.
When the two girls that were in the sports car get pulled over by the cops and
Yeah.
they unzip their shirts and all that stuff, and then the cop shows up and it's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still giving you a ticket.
Let me address Uncle John's comment, because Uncle John, yes, there were Glocks in that movie. However,
He had a
the main
Beretta.
focus of the entire movie was a Beretta 92. So
Yeah, it was a Beretta 92.
Yeah, it was no Glock. That was pre-Glock. That was 1988.
But Hans what's his name actually had an HK squeeze. Yeah,
Yep.
on the desk where he's sitting on the desk and Pop the guy like, I can give him to you. I can give him to you. Boom, that was an HK. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who did the guns on that movie, Mike, was an HK freak. So I hung out as Papik Brothers Guns and Knives. So Mike Papik did it as the he was a weaponeer on that one. And
Uncle
he,
John, you can give me shit all you want, brother. You're more than welcome. Bring the shit.
We
so-
have started a family tradition to always go to the movie theater and watch Die Hard on Christmas Eve. Up there by the barbecue place, Preacher.
Yeah.
There's a movie theater up there, and they have the recliners that are heated and vibrating and all that stuff. And
IMAX.
we go over there,
Oh, yeah.
and they always have like Miracle on 34th Street, Die Hard, It's a Wonderful Life, and all that stuff. We always go up there and watch It's a Wonderful Life as a family. It's a great time.
That's good.
I wish the movie theater around here would have recliners that had heat and massage. Holy crap.
Oh man! Well, you end up
Well,
going to sleep. about 15 minutes
you're in
but
Iowa.
wake
What
up
do you
every-
expect?
Yeah, man. Our entertainment at the movie theater is cutting holes in our pockets. We're boring up here.
You got to bring your own heat. You got to bring the packets and break them apart and go like this and rub them in your hands.
The hot hands. You got to
The
put the hot
popcorn.
hands in your pocket.
Popcorn buckets have holes in the bottom.
Whoa! That's only if your wife's with you. You'll be like, hey. Oh Lord!
I don't think I've ever watched Die Hard.
What?
What?
Not a Bruce Willis fan.
Okay, okay, stop. Everyone stop.
Collaborate.
Here-
and listen.
here we
Did you
go.
did you just say you've never seen Die Hard?
Nah, overrated.
Dude, no, stop. Stop everything. Everyone stop. Stop.
10 Man of Kyle's dying.
You have a task tomorrow. Your task is watch Die Hard.
I'd rather stick my wiener in a meat grinder and play with a loaded pistol.
Whoa!
Oh, you have fun with that. God damn.
You can't have no fun with an unloaded gun, right, Pat?
Ugh.
At least
Wow.
make it a revolver. Jeez.
I'm just pushing Scotsman's buttons, getting his blood pressure up.
That's
All
kinda
right.
funny.
I found proof. That Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun.
I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah, that's Christmas safety lesson number 2.
Always carry and carry big.
My
Talking
favorite.
about putting your wiener in a meat grinder. A buddy of mine that I work with, his
Oh,
favorite
God.
saying is, "I need to crap. I'd rather crap in my hands and clap than do this job." Oh crap! Whoa! Who was that?
That never gets old.
All right.
Should
Those
make
are
a
all-
mural of your mullet pictures. You could fill up a whole wall.
You need to find the one with you and Preacher in the mullet.
Oh, I got that. I rebooted that one. That's on Uncle Jim too.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Oh yeah. Oh. All right, I'll be right back. You guys behave now.
No.
Mm-mm.
You can't make us. You live in Utah. Nanner, nanner, nanner. See?
Pat, I was just thinking about you the other day. A song came on my playlist on my phone. It was by Bare Naked. No, who was it? Bloodhound
Traveler.
Gang. Bloodhound Gang.
Oh,
It was called My Dad Says That's for Pussies.
came on your playlist, huh?
That was such a good song.
They've got you nailed now.
I don't know what is wrong with you two.
That is
Oh,
one of
you
the
got to
best-
you got to hear it, Kyle.
It's one of the best songs I've ever heard.
No, I mean, YouTube keeps putting out albums and nobody wants to listen to them, so they have to force them onto your iPhone.
It was on my Spotify, actually.
You missed
It
that,
was-
Joe.
It was your year in reverse or something like that, or your top songs. And I remember you telling me about that song, so I played it once a while back, and I thought I would like to hear it again, and it was right.
You need to listen to the 30-point buck.
Oh, I haven't heard that in probably 20 years.
The AK-57 Uzi
Yep.
triple scope.
30-point buck.
That's what I think of every time I see Preacher post a picture of a deer. 30-point buck. Oh goodness.
Hmm.
I thought I was gonna miss the chat. Hell, I went to sleep at the kitchen table, waiting on it to fire up. Looks like I got up just in time.
Heck yeah. If it says short chat in the title, you know it's going to go till at least 2 a.m, so you're good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We got a while to go yet.
I tried to get on the Thanksgiving Eve chat, but Uncle Jim was not exactly in the observative mode. I sat in the background for like an hour. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm done.
No, he was shit faced because he called me and didn't even remember it. The next day he texted me. He goes, "Did you call me last night?" No, jackass. That was you calling me on the live chat.
I finally just sat back and watched it and gave up. Oh
That was-
Lord.
The voicemail he had on speakerphone, it started reading off my phone number on the voicemail, so everybody could hear it. He goes, "Oh, nope." And he's sitting there trying to hang it up. I'm just sitting there laughing.
It happens.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna smelt down some lead ingots tonight and get rid of another bucket, but it's raining, so not gonna do that.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
No, it won't be fine. No, that's bad.
Oh, shut up. Just fucking do it, you pussy.
I'm not scared to do it in the dark. I'm just scared to do it while it's raining.
Exactly. You're a pussy. Stop
No,
being a pussy.
Nobody
Well,
likes
then
the
drive your
tinsel
happy
fairy.
ass down here, and I'll let you do it. How about that? Ooh.
Be cool to knock over your turkey fryer into the pool.
That'd probably piss my dog off. She wouldn't have anywhere to run. She uses that thing as a racetrack.
Oh man.
Oh,
She loves it when I put that stretchy cover on top of it. Just
hmm I went shooting today. Anybody else go shooting today?
no. Mm.
Man, I haven't shot in probably a month or so, maybe.
Oh no.
I shot 3 squirrels from my kitchen with a pellet gun. Does that count?
Yes,
So yes, I went shooting today.
you went shooting. No,
Yeah,
I
it's
took
been a
out.
minute, man. I've been dry firing and stuff, but I haven't been out shooting.
All right. So you went today. What did you shoot?
I took the TX22. I ran 6 mags of Remington Golden bullets through that. Not one issue except for a failure to eject. That was the only issue all day. So that's running better.
Something ain't right.
Be sure and clean it.
No, it was fine. It just had one that those golden bullets, you can tell that some of them aren't quite as
They're
potent as
pop,
the others.
boom, pop, pow, boof.
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. So one of them just didn't eject, so that was, not a big
Remington.
deal.
Yeah, that's Remington for you.
But
Same with your
My
pack.
Ruger Mark IV doesn't like them either.
what else? I left the
did
Beretta
it.
at home.
Okay.
1911, my XDM. I took both my 45s out, and then took the 357 out, the GP 100.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You dig on that?
Shot a whole bunch.
Nice.
Yeah, I took like 2 or 3 double handfuls of 45 from my big can and just dumped them into a smaller ammo can. I shot every one of them.
All right.
What's
Sounds like
your favorite 357 powder?
I used True Blue for 357. That's the only one I've tried, but I would love to try 2400.
Okay.
wow.
2400 is an awesome powder, dude.
Mm-hmm.
True Blue would take up half a can. It uses a lot.
9.3 grains, I think.
Holy smackies.
Yeah. In 9mm, it uses a lot. 296 H110 for your 300 blackout. Use that powder. 2400.
I don't have Magnum primers though, so I just use regular primers. And H110 kind of wants a Magnum, so I haven't tried that
It
yet.
wants a Magnum and a Magnum.
Right.
Yes. A Magnum and a Magnum it wants. Yes.
I could go buy some Magnum primers right now at my local gun shop, but I'm not paying $124 for a brick. So, yeah.
Let's see. Number 9. George Boy likes number 9. I have kind of similar with the Shooter's World heavy pistol. I
Mhm.
got from Mach.
Oh, I love heavy pistol. That is awesome powder.
That's similar to number 9. That's a good Magnum powder.
Works
got some
great in
u-
my 44.
I got some unique too. I might try that. That's probably for lighter loads though, isn't it?
Yeah, here's
You can use it for heavy loads.
Chris just posted that also. Number 9 or heavy pistol.
You can use unique. Unique is such an open powder. You can use it for pretty much almost anything.
It's unique.
all over. Yeah, you can, especially 44 Magnum, 10 grains of unique. Bam, easy, soft. It's not going to be like a 296 H110, but it's a good.
That's what I would like to try though. I've got H110, and it's like, man, I want to do like a full house Magnum out of this thing because all I've shot is them 140s, and they're only going like 1,300 feet per second. So I mean, it's still kind of.
So what do you need? Small pistol?
Yeah, small pistol Magnum if you're
Small
shooting
pistol Magnum. Like I said, I could go buy a sleeve. I'd rather buy a sleeve and just have 100 of them. But he's got them at the gun shop around here. I can go pick up. I just haven't had that wild hair up my butt.
But
I know I'm not buying a full brick. I'll spend the $12 on 100 primers. I'm fine with that, just to do it once.
with H110, you're going to get the flame coming out of that barrel. You got a 4-inch, right? Oh, you'll get that full feeling. Yes.
Do
Got
you have a
blowtorch coming out
357?
the side of it.
Yes, sir. I have a Ruger GP100 6-shot 4-inch barrel.
Just like yours, preacher.
Just like mine.
That's the gun
What
I
do you-
bought for Jordan the day after she was born.
What do you load for yours, preacher? You got the same gun?
Whatever I got, 2400 unique. I've done a lot of unique.
I know. He brought his GP over here, and he's like, here, this guy gave me this, and it's all kinds of like hollow points in a box. We don't know who loaded it, whatever. We're out there like, boom, boom, this is awesome. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they're all hunting loads and shit.
It was a bunch of reloads bought at a gun show 30 years ago. We were just out there shooting them.
And I recovered some of them, and they were beautiful mushrooms in the mud. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Tin Man, I'll take care of you. Just no video, man.
Like I said, it's not something I'd want to shoot, do a whole bunch of. It's like, nah, I'll just go over to the local gun shop and spend the $10. I'm cool with it.
I got you. I got stuff sitting aside. I'll send you something, but no video.
You know you're not supposed to do that, right?
Shut up.
Okay.
I know.
It's not the first time. It's not the last. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yep.
I told Willie to pull a video down that he made out of a box that I sent him years ago.
Yep.
I was like, dude, you got to pull that video down. I didn't expect you to on it.
I sent Tim something that he wasn't supposed to make a video, and what did he do? He made a fucking video. I'm like, dude.
You did the same thing to me. I'm sitting there doing an unboxing video, and I pulled something out of there. I'm like, oh, okay, we're not putting this up.
Yeah, I did one once like that. Yeah, they were live rounds. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind sending things out, but guys, pay attention. No video.
You have to write no video on the box.
But Tin Man, what you could do, as long as the volume is full, you could use regular primer. Okay. It's just not ideal with H110. And you could probably try a Magnum rifle too.
Like I said, I got him. He just got to keep his mouth shut.
Oh, preacher's practicing witchcraft over here.
No, I think that's one of them Maya polished crystals that they dug out.
Take that, flat earther.
Here's the flat earth. I didn't say shit about flat earth.
That's pretty badass. I like that.
I wasn't talking about you, Scotsman. Don't take it personal, guilty conscience.
Is that solid? Yeah, that's solid, isn't it?
That's
And
cool.
all the people in the slide chat call it flat earth.
That's
cool.
That's crystal from the Atlas comet that struck Earth 4,000 years ago.
You should shoot that out of a pipe, a cannon. Yes. No.
I had a friend that had a print shop, t-shirt shop, trophy shop, and he was going out of business, and some trophy company had sent him that big glass ball with the earth etched on it, and it was sitting on his desk, and I'd always walk in there and spin it and mess with him. And he was closing his shop down. He was retiring. I said, "What do you want for that crystal earth, man?" And he said, "I don't want nothing for it. I just want you to have it because you appreciate it. You'll spin it." So, because I was the only one that ever messed with it. So
Cool.
I used to have it in my office. Now it sits in here, and I hadn't spun it in a long time. But I looked at my picture, and I was like, "Hey, flat Earth guys." I was like, "Yeah, this one."
Can't walk past it without spinning it.
There's a bunch of them in the chat, man. They're out there. They
Uncle
believe.
Jim, you'd have got a kick out of it Thursday night. I was over at my sister's house, and they have 2 cats and a couple of dogs. And I'm allergic to cats.
Oh.
And of course, the cats wanted nothing but be on me. And I'd sit there and go, "Cat, cat." My sister was cracking up.
Now, what were you saying, Jim? When I hit my camera, turned my camera off, my wife was hollering down the stairs. All you
don't know.
need is, and then I walked away.
I
All
say
you need-
Regular primer. If the case is full.
yeah, if you have full volume on the case, because H110, you can get away with the regular. I wish I could ship you some magnums because you left me some here or you got me some, and
Don't worry about it.
I'm afraid to ship because it comes back and you. Oh.
Again,
it-
don't worry about it. Y'all shut up. Don't worry about it.
Did I do
Yeah.
that?
You
Move
should
on.
worry about it because I've done it several times and it's a nail biting experience until that person gets that package.
Move
It
the
is.
fuck on.
It's-
We're not
yeah.
talking about this. Move on.
Okay. The other thing is powders are so plentiful. You can get powders that don't need.
Not
so.
Alliant powders.
Really
Yep.
in your local store.
You live
What,
in the
what
wrong
about
neck of the woods, sir.
what about Heavy Pistol Shooter's World?
Mm-hmm.
Get that.
Okay.
That's
I'm telling
like,
you, man, you're
that's
gonna
like
love
number
that.
9, but
It's
don't.
I like
It's like-
Chico's.
It's
No,
like
see, Chico. I've done this more than once. I have a method. I'm not going to say my method here on this chat, but I have a method. It works. Everyone, shut the fuck up and let's move on.
Yeah, his method works until you go to eat the cake that you baked him into. Then you're like, what the hell is all this?
it's haggis. No one will touch it. It's haggis. No one touches haggis. Okay.
I could send him some haggis too. I could do that.
They'll be X-raying haggis, and they'll say, "Just let it go. Let it go."
Just don't touch it.
Tin Man, are you willing to try some haggis?
I don't even know what it is.
No,
You don't want to know.
Oh, okay. Everyone, no.
Isn't that the- no.
Everyone, shut up. Do you like spicy sausage?
How spicy?
Like a medium spicy. It's not
Isn't
like
haggis?
super-
Isn't haggis like sheep intestine or some shit like that?
Shut up. Do you
That's
like
what- yeah,
spicy
okay.
sausage? Yes or no?
Intestine is not sausage.
Do you like boudin?
It's a medium spicy sausage, dude. It's not that bad. It's really good.
It sounds like sheep intestine.
fruitcake. Chico
I
says,
can tell you what it really is, but you ain't gonna like what I tell you what it is.
I know it's something weird. I just can't remember what.
But it's
It's-
very
Well, it's
good.
a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch of various ingredients, and it's all various intestines and this, that, the other.
The stuff they make
Various-
hot dogs out of.
However, it's all good for you, so you shouldn't really complain or whine and cry about it. But most people cry because they go, "I'm not going to eat that."
No, they don't. They don't make hot dogs out of haggis. There's no buttholes in haggis.
I'll say it's pig lips and assholes and hot dogs. Last I knew.
But if you want to make it kosher, just wash them first.
it's okay, Tin Man. It's everything that you gut and leave when you.
Mhm. Yeah, it's your field dressings.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
spicy, but it's very good.
Basically, what it is, it's heart, it's lungs, it's brain. You have heart, lungs, brains. You have,
Kidneys.
huh?
Kidneys.
There are kidneys, and then there's oats. There's oats and there's barley.
Well, if it tastes good, why
All
not,
stuff
man?
in the stomach.
I'm
That's
pretty.
basically that's essentially what it is.
So I don't know if y'all remember this, but Aldi, the food store, got in trouble for using horse meat in their lasagna.
Oh, it's awesome.
And I tell you what, I bought a lasagna from Aldi, and it was the best lasagna I've ever had in my life. So I don't care what kind of meat was in it; it was amazing. I don't care if it was horse.
Horse
Best
is
bologna I ever had.
I'll tell you, man. Honestly, if you like a medium spicy sausage, you'll like haggis.
As long as you don't think about what's in it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's not going to spoil during shipping, so why not?
No, it ain't. It's not. It won't.
It's already spoiled when he makes it.
I'll say when you scrape it off the highway, it's already spoiled.
I mean, I can make it true and proper and fresh if you really want.
I'm gonna say this real slow so you get it. Hag ass.
I can make you a true hag ass if you want.
See, in Scotland, they dress everything backwards, okay? You just have carcasses of sheep laying everywhere, and they're taking the guts.
They leave all the good meat behind and eat the crap from it.
We've got buckets of lead. The Scotsman's got sheep.
Hey, you know what? You do what you got to do, man. That's just how life is.
Is that where you choose your date for Friday night?
Chico, that's what I'm saying, dude. Checkers allegedly used horse meat back in the day, and they were some good burgers. Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude.
Yeah. Horse is good.
All right, man. I'll get you. I'll get you a package in the mail. Just no video.
I'm a carnivore.
Hopefully, the juices don't contaminate the primers.
No, you'll be good. I got you. I got it.
Okay, you guys remember the Clint Eastwood movie where he paints the town red? And the guys get out of prison. They're like, "Where's our horses?" And he says, "What do you think you've been eating for 3 months?" I love that.
That's like an old brother, Where Art Thou, where he says, I do believe that horse is starting to turn.
We're going through watching some of Preacher's old videos with Angel, and we come across that barbecued raccoon video where you left the foot on it. And she was like, I can't believe his church people ate that. I said, I can't believe I didn't drive to Arkansas to eat it. It looked amazing.
Hey, Mark. I'll send you some too, man. If you want some, I'll send it to you.
Me and Mark Thomas could sit around and watch TV together all day and never get bored.
I'll hook him up, man. I'll hook him up.
I think he has the funniest quote in the side chat tonight. What was it? It was hilarious. Anyway.
Dude, he's only 6 hours from me. I'll drive it there.
Oh, it was the poop flinging.
Poop flinging Scotsman.
The poop flinging.
I'll drive it there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think we could party together too. Yeah.
Care for some gopher? Easy.
There you go. No, see, right there. Mark Thomas has actually had haggis in Scotland. Bam. He knows.
Does it taste better over there?
Well, it's true haggis. Haggis out here is not true haggis. So yes, it will taste better back home than it will taste here.
I'm pretty sure it's not a tourist trap restaurant, though. I'm pretty sure.
Unfortunately, if you look it up, unfortunately, the United States does not allow certain ingredients. Therefore, technically, you cannot have true haggis here.
Man,
No,
the FDA is such a buzzkill.
No wieners.
No. If you really want it, and you all are out there and you want it, I can make you a true haggis. You just can't make a video. You can't say nothing.
Can you get me some raw milk to go with it?
I can get you some raw milk to go with it.
It's easy to get raw milk. You just
I can get you some raw milk. I can get you some fresh eggs. The whole fucking 9 yards.
I can just see Scotsman getting pulled over at the state line. Go ahead, and pop the trunk. They pop the trunk, and they're like, he's got all the ingredients for illegal haggis. They draw down on him, get him out of the car, and spread eagle on the side of the road.
Put that bottle of milk down, you heathen.
He's a smuggler.
Put that bottle of milk down.
He's got haggis smuggled in the tires.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
You know what, man?
Lab? No, that's a haggis lab.
You know, it's worth the risk. It really is. It's worth the risk because, this country has given me so many freedoms. This country and has given me so many different things, and I think so many people don't understand what true freedom is.
It taketh the haggis.
You know, I've got this image. You need a whole sheep to make haggis,
No,
I
you
could just-
don't. See, that's the thing. You don't, dude. You
You just
don't.
need the asshole.
So I'm thinking, Scotsman at the farmer's market, may I have a sheep, please?
No, I see.
Okay. Final offer.
All right.
If you guys want a proper haggis, tell me you want a proper haggis. We'll send you haggis.
I'm going to
Right
read
on
you the ingredients. This is from British Chefs Online. Haggis requires 1 ox bung, 1.4 kilograms of lamb's puck, which is heart, lungs, and liver, 500 grams of beef or lamb trimmings or stew steak, 200 grams of suet, 500 grams of oatmeal coarse, two tablespoons of black pepper ground, 1
Is that
nutmeg
burnt
finely grated, 4 teaspoons of coriander seed, 4 teaspoons of fine sea salt.
And 1 coon picker.
That's a toothpick on top.
What is an ox bung? Is it what I think it is?
You don't want to know.
Is
You
it-
don't want to know.
That's what the USDA says you can't eat over here.
Yeah, it's basically there's a couple of different things they ban, and yeah, that's one of them right there.
What is suet? Is that like guitar strings, sinew? What? What's
It's
suet?
It's
Huh?
fat. It's rendered fat. So
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say suet's basically fat.
all right. It's not sinew. All right.
No, it's basically fat. It's like bacon fat.
when you start breaking out ox bung and lamb's puck, man, you're talking high cotton right now.
I'm not familiar with the lamb's puck either, but
Well,
that's just the brain, heart, and lung. That's right. You said that, yeah.
In Arkansas, we call lamb's puck a gut pile. That's what we
I
leave
was
behind.
gonna say. That's the way you got to shoot the coyotes when they're trying to eat it.
Lungs, liver, and heart. That's the puck. Everything from the diaphragm forward.
Mark Thomas is 100%. Neeps and tatties go with it.
That was
You gotta
probably
have
an
these- you
ingredient
gotta
to some
have
old
these and
witchcraft
patties.
potions. The bung of an ox.
It's eyes of nude, bung of an ox.
I wanted to look up the ingredient just to see, and I was like, I don't want it Americanized. I want it from overseas. And so when it said British chef's recipe, I was like, okay,
That's
That's
the one.
close enough.
No, and that's the thing, dude. Like there are at least 3 various ingredients that are banned that you cannot use over here because
lamb's lung and
How dare
ox.
They ban ox assholes. Who do they think they
What's sad, over here we might have a hog running around with a wooden leg, but over there they got an ox running around with no butthole.
Oh, I mean, how do you make your little pastry shooter with never mind.
Oh. Here, this one's fresh. That one's still twitching.
The stupid thing is nothing in the ingredients are bad for you. Nothing. But
Yeah,
the
I remember.
FDA says it's bad for you.
I remember that Old Testament Bible verse where it said, "Be sure and eat the buttholes on what you kill."
You
No
gotta wash
way.
it first. You gotta wash it.
No
Take
way.
your toothbrush to it.
Are
Get
you
good and clean.
Jim's going to get his Bible and start combing through it.
Yeah, where's the butthole part? Yes.
Control F. Control
He's
F.
in the back looking under buttholes.
End chat.
Oh man.
Jeez.
This can go anywhere, and that's not even 3-hour mark. All right.
Oh yeah, we're
It's
already
been
talking.
everywhere.
We're already
I don't
talking.
know where else it could go.
It's not even 3 hours. We're talking turd cutters and toenails. Oh.
And now moving on to fish testicles.
We're talking haggis, and everyone loves haggis.
I've eaten some weird stuff. I probably wouldn't back away from it. Don't know if I'd order it either.
Yeah.
Over in Europe, you got
Dude, I'm serious. If y'all want some haggis, I'll make you some haggis. I'll make you proper haggis, not
So-
the fucking bullshit that America says I can make. I'll make you some proper fucking haggis.
What's
Is
better,
there gonna be
haggis?
plenty of butthole in it?
What's better, haggis or Rocky Mountain oysters?
Oysters.
E,
They
neither.
ain't bad.
The texture would have to be just weird.
Oh.
It's a
It's
sack
different.
lunch like no other.
Yeah. I heard your
I'm
comment
gonna go
earlier.
haggis, man. I'm gonna have to go
It
haggis.
is different. But,
I heard what you were saying earlier about making the video with the sack lunch, and it reminded me of my buddy Tyler that does European mounts. I told him he should next buck he kills, keep the nuts off it and make a pair of earrings for his mom and give them to her for Christmas. He wouldn't do it.
Hey,
you got to do it when they're fresh. Otherwise, you have a wilted sack.
I took the sack and fleshed it out. All right. And then I salted it and rubbed borax on it and dried it out over a bottle. I was going to make a nut sack container.
koozie.
And I had it all dried out and fully cured, and I ripped it. I ripped its sack. And then it was like no good. And I ended up throwing it away. I was so disappointed. But anyways.
I don't know if I'd have said that on live TV there.
For fuck's sake, Hobby's hobo, dude. I've never done Thanksgiving, man. Give me a fucking break,
Yeah, but
to
if
know
you
how
ever
to
ripped
heat up a ham.
dude. I've never done this shit.
I can't work an oven, but I can make you some haggis.
I can cook all kinds of stuff. I've just never done fucking Thanksgiving. Fuck you, man.
Hey, man.
As far as deviled eggs and green beans, I can't do that shit.
Hobbies.
I
Listen.
can make some
Hey,
hot
listen.
sausage.
Hobbies, he's a Scotsman. He works on the butthole, not the hams are on both sides of that. He works on the bunghole. That's out of his realm. That's not even on his radar.
Oh, I'm so glad I came on this chat. Oh man.
Dude, I've been okay. I've been shit.
So you don't know your way around a green
I've been
bean.
here almost 18 years. I've never had to make Thanksgiving meal myself.
You just
No.
smoke buttholes.
So give
You don't know your way
give
around
me a
green
fucking
bean or a
break.
deviled
dude.
egg, but you know all about ox assholes.
Almost 18 years, and I've never had to fucking do this myself. So fucking give me a
Baloo,
break.
I'm sorry he ever spent the night here.
No, you ain't. Fuck you.
So
I
don't
don't know what he did to you, and I know you can't tell me.
don't feel bad. So the turkey I cooked yesterday, I forgot to rinse the brine off of it. Dude, it was saltier than that ham we had at your house, Uncle Jim. It's some salty turkey.
Wow.
And your electric smoker quit out on you.
Well,
Did it
that
just
was
go
just
out and you had to relight it?
yeah. So what happens is if it's too cold outside and you have it on the smoke setting, when it initially ignites, it's supposed to, keep your embers going with the fan in there. Well, if you turn the heat up, if you turn the temperature up too quickly, it'll just dump a bunch of pellets in there and smother the fire. So then you just got a 70-degree hot box with a fire pot full of pellets. And I walked outside, I saw the temperature. I was like, son of a bitch. But that's happened twice to me. The first time I had it loaded up with food. That's what sucks because you got to take all your grates off. You got to take the innards out. And if you have it full of food, then that's just a nightmare. But it was empty yesterday. I relit it and it was good to go.
I'm surprised you don't have a PID on it.
So the new ones do have PIDs on them.
Oh, no.
You literally just, on mine, you just turn it to like 200, 250, whatever, and it regulates it itself. It's pretty close.
That's pretty cool.
Which one do you have?
I have the Pit Boss 700, Classic 700, I think.
All right. I just got a Pit Boss Austin XL on sale at
Ooh.
Walmart.
I think that one might have a PID. Does it have Bluetooth on it?
No Bluetooth, but it's got the
okay.
PID thing. As a matter of fact, Sylvia did up some turkeys, and she's like, "This is just like using an oven.
It's
It's mine." Yeah, she said it's mine now.
There you go.
Meanwhile, I'm over here with a chainsaw cutting down timber, doing it the way God intended.
Yeah, you're
Oh, yeah.
doing it. You're doing it the straight way.
Yeah, me and you do it old school, man. I don't know what are these guys all about. What's this shit?
I prefer lump charcoal and a couple of pieces of apple wood and be done with it.
Well, it's pellet grills
Tin
are
Man's
easier.
over there on his cell phone cooking dinner.
Yeah, man, it's easier when you're on your Speedo if you're just turning the dial and walking back inside.
And if I
You
was-
don't have an app for that smoker yet?
Mine doesn't. Yeah, mine doesn't do that. But I would like one that does, because then it would have notified me that, hey, your temperature's too low, instead of me having to walk out and discover it when my fire pot was full of crap.
Beep, 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 beep,
Mhm.
beep.
Gotta pay attention to your meat, buddy. Gotta pay attention to your meat.
Yep.
Speaking of paying attention to meat, I got a new vacuum sealer today.
Ooh.
I played around with it. My old
That's-
one wouldn't do Mylar bags, so I had to get a new one, and it works great.
That is the best way to send bullets to people. Vacuum seal them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Garage guy, I do not know. Do not know. We screwed the pooch with Oregon. Threw the pass too low. But the Huskies and Washington State are playing right now. That should be a good one.
Fellers, it's pushing 10 o'clock. I got to work tomorrow, so I'm going to bail off here. You guys have a good evening. Scott, if you're still listening,
He is.
keep skinning them buttholes. The world needs you.
Shave them first.
Okay, preacher, check out that channel and pick out. There's
Hey.
some stinkers in there.
My
But
wife said she's watched 2 more videos and they've already found the guy's name's Warren or what? Walter. Jim, is it Walter?
No,
Not Walter. Jim
No.
said you're wrong, babe.
Oh no.
I like the way you did that. Jim said you're wrong, babe.
All right, I'm gonna go in there and see what she's got to say.
Okay, just watch all those. Start with that one, and he's level-headed. You'll get it. You'll get it.
Okay. I'm gonna
All
go
right.
from there to chemtrails to flat Earth.
It's gonna be a wild ride. Buckle up.
Chemtrails, baby. Chemtrails are everywhere.
Good night,
Everywhere.
preacher.
That, you guys.
He just made Jim
Good
an
night.
asshole.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn it, preacher.
Yep. Jerry
Nice.
1911 is listening. He just texted me and said 2400 is the bomb for 357.
2400 for 357, 44 meg, dude.
It's not as volume picky as H110,
Mhm.
and you can do it without Magnum primers.
Cool.
Did anybody else get the new iPhone update?
I don't have an iPhone, dude.
But you're not going to get the feet per second. You will with some others. Number
Yeah,
9.
that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm only pushing like 1350 with that 143 grain. So I mean, I'm not after speed anyways.
That's out of a 357.
Yes, sir.
4-inch. That's not bad.
Yeah, it ain't bad at all.
I mean, it's not Bubba's pissing hot loads, but it's kind of stout.
Man, if you ever find a handy rifle in 357 a single shot, you would love that for testing loads.
I'd love a Contender even more.
Contender. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't checked SSK's website yet lately. Thanks for reminding me.
I don't think they're ever going to come to fruition.
I know it's been like 3 years, and they just keep stringing people along with that hot dog on a string. So
Yeah.
They got that ox asshole.
It's
Yep.
right there.
dangling that butthole in front of me.
Woo!
You've heard of a dangling Chad? Now we have dangling buttholes.
So yeah, he hasn't even put an update on his website in over 2 months now. So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, better to find an old guy's collection. You'll get different barrels and dies and everything. Just get it all.
I'd love to.
Package deal. They're out there every day. You know, the kids bring in dad's guns, and
I think it'd be really cool to shoot. It'd be really cool to shoot a 45 ACP from a Contender. I think that'd be awesome. Because 45 is an accurate round, man. It really is. And you throw a Contender and a scope on that.
Yeah, but a 44 mag, you can do anything from like trail boss loads. There's yeah.
44 is unlimited, man.
You can do 45 Colt. Yeah.
I don't know if I want any more new calibers. That's expensive. Man, every new caliber I get, you got to buy the dies, you got to buy the brass, you got to buy a mold, you got to buy a whole bunch of crap.
357 super versatile because of 38 all the way to max load 267, and then or if you have a maximum, it's even more. And then 44 mag's kind of the same way. 44 special all the way up to max.
You don't have a 44?
I do not.
You would love it.
I have a 357. I have a 10 millimeter. I have a 45. I mean,
okay. Well, if you want to get into 44, I got you on the dies too.
I don't know, man. That's another gun I got to buy too. It's just,
whatever, folks.
Well, if you decide you want to, just say the word. I got you on the dies.
It'll be a while, but okay.
Contender and 44 could fall in your lap, and that's very versatile.
Now, I'll tell you right now where those dies are coming from. Those dies ain't coming from me. Those dies are coming from Willie.
That would be very meaningful.
Yeah, what did he have in 44? I don't remember him having a 44.
I don't either.
He bought multiple different things. He sent me some RCBS dies in 44.
Oh, was that one of those? I think he made out pretty good on the state from an old guy, didn't he?
He made out really
right.
good on a bunch of stuff.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's where
isn't that where he picked up them 10 cavity H&G molds, isn't it?
Yep.
Or was that Pat? No, that was Pat.
I told him.
Well, it was at Uncle Jim's we traded. So yeah, he got a H&G mold and I got a lube sizer.
Okay.
I told him I would pay for everything, and next thing I know, I got a box sitting in the mail, and I'm like, dude, what do I owe you? And he's like, shut the fuck up. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Michael Hurtneck is here. Hey, Michael.
6-shooter Texan. I just watched I got caught up on some videos last night. I watched the last 3 or 4 that the 6-shooter Texan put up. That air rifle is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Semi-auto.
I didn't give you no cheap Walmart air rifle. No.
And I'll tell you what, when his first video where he was taking it apart to clean it, he was unscrewing the trigger out of the thing, and I'm looking at that pressure gauge. I'm like, is that gonna? And then as soon as I thought that, dude, that thing just spit all that air out. I about threw my phone through the ceiling because my volume was all the way up.
Are you gonna have the fish hook in the mouth?
I was laughing my ass off. It scared the shit out of me, all that noise.
I haven't watched all of them. I've seen a couple of them. But yeah,
good.
It's a pretty cool air rifle you got.
Is it a Gammo he's playing with?
No, it's the Benjamin Marauder.
The semi-auto tank-filled.
Semi-auto Marauder, yeah, the SAM.
I was surprised it was semi-auto. I thought it'd be full.
No, it's full auto.
Full auto.
Yeah, it's a full auto.
Oh, it's full auto. Talk about tugging a squirrel. Huh? Wouldn't that be awesome? Take a squirrel.
Yeah, that thing packs a punch behind it. It's not something to scream at. It packs a punch.
That's speaking of full auto. I'm just thinking about full auto pellet guns. That's one of my favorite video of Preachers when he did that silver floss sauerkraut and he shot the jar of it with that full auto. What was that? It was an old German. What was the German trench gun? MP40.
MP40.
Yep, it was that full auto MP40 BB gun. He shot the shit out of that with. Man, I love that video.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
I don't know. Don't put your lips on it.
It's a Brad gun.
What?
A Brad Naylor.
Brad Naylor.
Brad Miller, yeah.
Yeah, that fully auto with a big magazine on it.
All right.
Brad, run.
Oh.
So, Scotsman, when you're making haggis, do you have to slug the buttholes first?
No, they tend to relax when the animal expires.
It's all about massaging.
Just relax, baby. Just relax.
You gotta work the meat.
No resistance.
Oh, Jesus. Just use plenty of butter.
Coconut oil.
Oh, God.
Oh, the softer the better.
There's something wrong with y'all.
Yes, there is.
You fucking did it, not us.
No, there's a lot wrong with me. There's something wrong with y'all.
Oh no! Don't act innocent, Kyle. No.
What did I just say? There's
You
a
brought
lot
it
wrong.
up. You caused it. Shut the fuck up.
You're acting innocent anyway, though. Good to see you, Kyle. Though.
Did you like what I sent you yesterday?
Yeah.
Figured
Yeah.
you could throw that in a video somewhere.
The duck.
The
Okay. Hate to change the subject off of buttholes, but
Good.
does anybody have the inline fab quick change setup?
Yes.
Do you have the little storage things that they sell that you can screw into a wall or something, and then you can put your presses and stuff into it, just to like
Yes.
hang them on a wall?
Cranky has the wall setups.
Okay,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I might
Cranky.
call you and ask you for some dimensions and drawings on those because I'm just gonna make them at work instead of paying the $13. I'll send you one.
Yeah. Cranky has the whole
Okay.
wall. He puts all the presses on the wall. That's what you're talking
Mhm.
about?
Mhm.
Yeah. I talked to Cranky about how much he's got rows. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. All it is a square plate that's formed at a 90 with 3 holes in it and a square.
Yeah. A bent plate.
Yeah. I can send you some measurements.
That'd be awesome. I'll get a hold of you because I'm tired of putting mine on the floor. I need to put them on the side of my bench or something because I got another press coming and it's like, all right.
Yeah, I have it. I to this day I still haven't used it. I have it sitting there.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna screw them. I'm gonna screw them on the
one
side
of
of
the
my.
only reasons. One of the only reasons I really haven't used it is because it doesn't line up with anything I have.
What do you mean?
So, like all my benches, and I got 3 different benches. They're all various different thicknesses, it doesn't line up just right to the thickness of the bench to where it needs to sit.
Okay.
So yeah, I can go ahead and bang it in the wall and just lock it in the wall and do it that way. I haven't done that because where I'm at and this particular house is super, super old and nothing is 100% as far as lining up when it comes to.
And you definitely want to have at least 2 screws into a stud on that kind of mounting system too, and that'd be pretty hard on a wall.
That and there's the problem is this house is so old that the studs ain't quite where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, well, even if your studs were 16 inches on center, you're only going to be able to get 1 screw in the stud with those plates. So yeah,
and that's exactly my issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that goes, I've never used it, but I have it. I'll send you measurements and pictures and all that.
Okay, cool, man. Appreciate it. Cause yeah, I'm just going to burn a few out at work and screw them to the side of my bench, and that way I can have somewhere to hang the presses when I ain't using them.
Yep. No, I can do that.
Cool.
And I'll find the video for the turret stand. I know I have it out there. I did a recent one.
Yeah.
Can't find it for the life of me.
Yeah, no rush.
For
I want
for my 4-hole lead turret press. I just ended up making a shelf that I put up above the reloading bench, and I used 308 brass, counterboard some holes, spaced them out appropriately, and just pretty much hot glued them in there and used them to just sit them in there on. And I've got like 6 of them on a shelf, and that works great.
Yeah,
I have on 30-06. 30-06 better because it's got a longer neck and it fits it perfect. And it's just better with 30-06.
Yeah. I mean, it works great. You just got to get the measurements even.
But I have a really old video, and that's probably on like Odyssey 1. And then I did a recent one where I showed the board and the friction fit. You want to use MDF because it kind of sucks to everything when you pound them in. And then you have the option of de-priming and putting glue in there so it goes up to primer. You don't need to. I did a 10. I went from a 5 or 6 to a 10 because I got more turrets. And I figured, hey, I'm not going to de-prime it and everything. I just tapped them all in. And I used silver 30-06 brass, which is awesome looking.
Cool.
Yeah, that would have been better. But yeah, I went ahead and de-primed it and filled the hole with glue, and that way the glue would come up through it. That way they wouldn't come out. So
yeah, I did that on my first video like 4 or 5 years ago, but I can't. I have to go way back to find that one. I do have a more recent upgraded one, and that would help.
Yeah. I can't wait till I get that thing.
I moved them closer together this time, so it's the very minimum between the two, so you're not wasting space. And then I also took Forstner bits and put the shell holders in front of each. Okay, so if they share different shell holders, you just go to the one that uses all the same, and they're all sitting there in front. So all you do is this: you grab these two, boom, bam, change calibers like that.
Yeah, my shell holders are all in that Lee kit. You know, it's like a 4-inch by 4-inch square case.
Yeah, the green one.
Yeah. And I just keep that up there. There's enough room on the shelf for that kind of stuff. There's some primers and stuff like that along with that shell holder up there. So.
But this way, they just sit flush, and you grab both, and you go down. Boom! You put the other two back. So easy. It's so.
I know. I'm gonna love the caliber changeovers on that because I always use my calibers that I don't have set up on my Dillon. I just use a single stage. I mean, it'd be easier just to throw a freaking turret on there and everything's already set, ready to go. And then the Dillon, changing that Dillon over is kind of a pain in the ass too.
Yeah, and you can use it as a single stage if you want. That's what I do.
If you guys have never had a Dillon, or if you have one, or you've never done a changeover, It's not a super simple changeover. It
Right.
takes a minute.
Even
It
if you
takes
have,
a
I mean, the quick change kits will make your life a little bit easier. But I mean, you got a lot of other shit to mess with too,
You still got a lot of different things you got to play with and
especially
remove
switching over primer
switch
sizes too.
over and so on and so forth. It takes a
That's
minute.
why my Dillon is strictly for large primers only.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Don't
takes
get me wrong, I love my Dylan, but whenever you do a quick change, it's not a quick change. It
Right.
does take a minute to do it.
No,
Yeah, if
can
it was,
be,
if it was,
size primer and all that stuff, and actually the size or the plate on the bottom works for 45, 308, 270, 30-06. I mean,
Mhm.
everything I'm looking for. I don't have to change any of it. I
yep.
just change the turret head and I'm rolling.
Okay, Papa's Place. Tin Man really enjoyed this one because he sent me some muzzleloader bullets for 20 gauge, and they were a little undersized. So
No,
I
I
wrapped. Yeah, you laughed at this. I wrapped them in masking tape to get the right width. Remember? And you laughed. So
I didn't send you any bullets. I don't have a 20 gauge slip one, but yeah,
Remember Ozark send me those they look like fire hydrants.
yeah.
They're 20 gauge and they're a little undersized for my hobos. So I took masking tape and you were laughing your ass off about that. And it worked there. Masking tape to make the width. Yes. It's just got to fit
I don't load 20 gauge yet.
it just has to fit in the cup. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Onion
Unless it's
paper.
on the board. Yeah.
Onion paper, right, Pat?
But Papa's Place, if you're still using the wad with cups,
Your paper patching 20 gauge slugs.
Oh man, I just chucked some more of that Chinese tissue paper last week. You know, I had this collection of everything you could imagine that didn't work, and it was like crafting. Give it to the little woman. Nah, shit can it.
What, every time you pulled the trigger, it looked like a little dragon coming out of the barrel?
It was a
No,
crane.
it would leave the paper patch behind. The bullet would keep going, and there'd be a wad of paper patch in the chamber.
Oh, damn.
oh, let's see if we can get this in here. There you go, Tin Man, right there. Ah, yes. Right.
Oh my God. Type A.
Yeah, you call me OCD.
Holder. Look at that nickel brass. That nickel brass looks so good. And then here's the see how I did the shell holders?
Uh-huh.
Where's the glitter?
They're embedded, so you just grab them. They're not going to fall out. There's holes there.
I remember when you called me OCD for standing my bullets up. Then you got a shelf like that above your bench.
Hey, it's super easy. It's right there, right now.
Oh, and he cuts the video feed so we don't see the clock. With a switch
Jeff's about to talk. You're giving shit away.
No, I'm just jealous that I can't screw shit to my cinder block walls. So,
Oh, you can.
I mean, yeah, if I get some tap cons, but I'd rather not do anything permanent until I have it waterproofed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if some kind of adhesive would work.
I'll put a hole in my cinder blocks and it'll start spitting water out like Clark Griswold at the Hoover Dam. I'll have to put bubble gum on it.
Hoover Dam and Clark Griswold. Just put some bubble gum over it. It'll be fine.
I just watched Christmas Vacation earlier too. I love the part when he's up in the attic watching the old films and
Oh, that's great.
they drop the attic ladder and he's
Beats the shit out of himself, finds the old projector and wrapped up in all his grandmother's shit.
It's Cousin Eddie all
Opens
the
the
way.
door below it.
You got to watch it just for Cousin Eddie. The grandma put cat food in the Jello, and he's like, "Yeah, it's all right." And he kept eating it. Oh yeah, Cousin Eddie.
when that scene where he's standing outside that you did a spoof of where it has that music playing and he's standing there all shit faced with that cigar in his mouth. I was dying laughing thinking about your video.
I gotta find that. What was? Oh, that was Kenny was supposed to visit.
Yeah.
I gotta find that for Christmas and just do that one piece. Yeah. I had the hat, I had the robe, yeah, and the shoes. I didn't have the white shoes, but yeah.
All right, folks. I'm gonna jump off. It's been good. It's been fun.
We should all wrap it up. And
it's been awesome. I appreciate it. Appreciate being here. Guys up in the side chat, thank you. Make sure you thumbs up and
stay away from haggis.
Thumbs up your ox bung.
If you want some haggis, let me know. Send me an email. I'll shoot you some haggis.
Thumbs up in the ox bum.
I'll get you some fresh haggis. Scotsman made right here. 100% Scotsman approved.
I want it still twitching.
Oh, it'll be flexing when it gets there.
Yeah, I can still see the farmer's market. Yeah, put the sheep over there, and I'd like an ox bung too to go with that.
What do you mean you don't have an ox bung?
What the hell?
No fisting the haggis.
Yep. Still flinching. Oh
my God.
All right. Good night, Scotsman.
All right. Good night, Scotsman.
Good night, Scotsman.
Good night, brother.
Good seeing everyone. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Peace.
All right. Take care.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I think we'll just shut her down. But everyone in the side chat, love you guys. I'm glad you're, having fun with us, and that's what it's all about. No matter where it goes, anytime, any second.
It's another colostomy bag of Uncle Jim's ruckus.
Oh. All right, so we'll see you guys in the side chat next week, and I think that's the 3rd. And I'm glad I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, and looking forward to Christmas. So, any last words?
Ox bung.
Okay, ox bung it is. Ox bung. Good night. All right, until next time.